Me?
Really, friend, I
careful.
do know deep down and everything, it comes down to homebrew and like these are just
Yeah.
guidelines for you to have a structured thing.
Oh,
You can do whatever
absolutely.
the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I just feel like certain things are lacking in what they could be, and I see like so much potential. And that's my ADHD brain going crazy.
But that's what the beautiful thing of Dungeons and Dragons is. Like, yes, you go based off the rule book, but you homebrew whatever the fuck you want into your campaign.
Yeah,
It
You know what
doesn't.
else
I
is
have so much
beautiful?
to learn and read.
This giant god-looking thing on the screen that like looks like he's supposed to have a six-pack, but kind of looks like he got punched really hard in the gut and it just split his muscles apart.
What are you talking about? That is an Abercrombie and Fitch model if I ever saw one.
No, no, look at his stomach. It got impacted and his muscles are spread to the side, wrapping his ribs instead of being like adjacent in the center.
Looks like he's been
Oh,
taking Ozempic.
hey guys, have you seen my bald head yet? It's growing hair now, but I
Oh
should.
yeah, he looks like a
I
giant
was like, I
penis.
don't know how to respond to that question.
Either way, we will get on to business.
That would be
We are
awful.
back at Graven
What do you want?
Hollow after you guys spent a very long day checking out the library for all the information that it could have.
I never got an answer on the book.
Yeah, that's where we left off, is you guys were asking for
Okay.
a little bit more information. So just remember, or remind me a little bit what you guys were asking for at the end of this. I'll go. Helena, what were you asking for first?
I was asking them to get me the book of Exalted Deeds, I think it was.
Yeah, so this Galeb Dur, he's standing before you and says, he sits and thinks for a second, kind of silently, and says, "It is actually not here, but the information on where it lies, fortunate for you, does lie here. I will take you to it."
Okay. Mm,
And he takes you by the hand, and he's much shorter than you, so you're kind of like stooped down as he pulls you along. Off
she's
into the
she's
library
like,
you go.
why are you touching me?
Yeah,
I can
I just
follow you. It's perfectly fine, I promise.
and
Mm.
next up would be Krez Draven. Any other information you'd be looking for?
How to make the best dragon stew.
Well, there's the lifetime recipes of his name's Nathan Pelmfinger. There's the deep gnome dwarf. Er, He used to live in a town before Gracklestew was even built.
The deep
He,
gnome dwarf. Talk about some
he was a
interspecies.
half breed.
Yeah, interspecies breeding there.
Hey,
Continue.
we ain't judging here. And I'll take you to it. And he grabs you by the hand and he starts pulling you along as well.
How big is this guy?
He's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah, he's not pulling me anywhere. He goes to pull me and I just stand there and I'm like, "Oh, you want me to follow you? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, don't grab my hand and yank me anywhere. I'll throw you out this room."
Okay, I apologize, but please refrain from violence inside of the library, please.
Sure. Don't yank me anywhere. Be all right.
Argyle, you are still you are back at the main hub where all of your rooms were. What are you planning on doing right now?
Apparently chronic
Tim,
masturbation.
that's your cue.
Hello? Are you muted?
He might be busy doing something.
Whose turn?
It was Argyle's, but he's
It was
AFK.
Argyle's when he went MIA.
He'll come back soon. Jose, are you with us?
Yes, I am here.
Good to see you. Or, I mean, hear you, I guess. I can't see anything.
Yeah, I said hello 3 times. I don't know if you guys heard me.
We were in
I did.
discussion. I apologize.
Something I heard something about Ozempa and somebody's bald head, and then the conversation turned to books.
So, Hab Waters is now at the main hub of where you guys are all sleeping in this giant library, Graven Hollow. is there any other information on maybe demon lords or anything else that Hab might want to go check out? He's already
Well,
looked up the information on Demogorgon.
Yeah, I already had gotten the information, all the information on the Demogorgon, and
The Demobluben.
Demoboobin.
Demobluben.
The burger blue boo.
Get it right.
Yeah. Well, I got that information last time we played, right? And then I asked how to get to the plane, where the Demogorgon is at. The Demon
He's
Bumper.
on this plane.
Yeah, which plane is he supposed to be at?
So this little Galeb Dur that you're standing in front of, he says, by recent reports, the Demogorgon is on this plane of existence, the material plane.
That's his physical. That's his avatar, correct?
No, it's him.
It's him.
It's him. Well, you kill one. You kill one outside its plane. It just respawns back in its original plane, doesn't it?
Yeah, we haven't killed it yet, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh well, I guess I'll check out and see if there's any maps. I'll see if there's any maps in the map room or something like that. So that way we're better prepared for the journey.
Oh yes, extensive amounts of maps. Come with me. And he grabs your hand and very solidly starts walking away and pulling you along.
And we start skipping down the road. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he very clomp because he's made of rocks. With you starts skipping like, I've never done this before. This is joyous.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to rock and roll later on.
Ulin, I'll say at this point, has not come out of his room.
Is he touching himself in there to the picture books?
You hear Marvin Gaye coming from the room. No, I'm just kidding.
What's he gets for not showing up tonight?
No.
Wait, I got one better for you guys, right? Because he's not here to defend himself. Our next
Yeah.
session is on his 20th birthday.
Is he even gonna be here?
He says he will. We'll see.
If not, his character will forever have like a curly handlebar mustache, no matter what. I don't care.
So,
He'll look like an irredeemable hipster.
So, one thing that you guys all do notice as you part ways is another person has yet to come from their room.
Lithius?
Yes. Lithius is gone.
He's gone.
You just don't know if he's come out of his room yet or not. You don't know where he is.
I go try and open his door.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
I walk in.
It's furnished to something that Lithius would probably like. A nice work set, a good bed. You can see where Cogsworth and the Steel Defender Gary were parked for the night. And the remnants of maybe some of their old belongings, like some ration packs that haven't been eaten on the bedside table or something like that. But no sign of Lithius, nor any of his contraptions.
Do I notice anything rune carving on the floor?
You do not.
I immediately am gonna yell for Helena.
She's out in the library.
I'll look to the rock guy and be like, I need Helena now.
Oh, you want to go with your friend? Sure, come with me.
No. You go get my friend and bring them here. I'm not leaving this spot until she's here. And tell her that it's important.
Okay, I'll go find your friends. Woo! And he goes off skipping into the library.
Nice.
So, we're gonna cut to Argyle.
Hey,
Do you have any other information that you would like to be looking for in the library?
so essentially, I first took off. I wanted to research everything on the Demigorgon there, the Demi-Blumen. I wanted to know its habits, its habitat, like how it like hunts, preys, what it likes, what it looks for. Like I want to know all about it. I want to know its weaknesses. I want to know its strengths. I want to know its resistances. And then after that, there's a lot of things. There's like a secret little thing that I want to be going on and looking for a lot of help with creating and building. And then there's another item that I've been wanting to work on and research and try to create there. I wanted to go look into pocket dimensions and creating a little portable pocket dimension.
Are you a crafter?
I'm working on it. I'm looking to enlist all the help that I can around here and everything I can. And I want to learn all I can and start working on that.
No, that was more of a above table. Are you multi-classing?
Telling you, yeah, no, I'm telling you above table. Like that's what I'm looking to try to do. I'm looking to create some things right now, and I'm looking for like whoever's gonna be able to help me create it, and I want to learn from them and like start being able to self-sustain and make the item. One of the items myself, the other one I just really need some people who have professional help or whatever kind of research I can to start working at and trying to figure this out.
So yeah, I'll give you a little
Alright.
refresher on the Demogorgon information. Essentially, the Demogorgon's layer of the abyss that it lives on is called Abysm, but it's also known as the Gaping Maw. Here's a picture of it. I'll bring it up right meow. Bloom. If you look at your screen, if you are looking at the map, you will see a picture of the Demogorgon.
I just don't need to open the map. Give me a minute. Sorry.
I'll make it even bigger.
Ugly.
Why did a map
Is he a
actually open
fiend
up
or
the
a
map
demon?
down?
Like they're from the abyssal planes, not from the hells, right?
No, they're not from the Hells. They are from the Abyss. Yes.
That is
Gotcha.
gorgeous. And what is its size ratio to us?
It is. You know that it is towering over normal men.
Shit. Okay. I'd want to know its weaknesses, its resistances, its strengths, the way that it hunts and moves. I'm gonna
Well,
want to know
you-
everything about my target.
Well, you know that from some of the stories that you've been shared with by your peers and the information that you read, that the Demogorgon is usually, in some cases, worshipped by mad Kuatua, which are fish people. They have told you that their encounters with them at Slubaldop and how they've met the Demogorgon once. You know that just being in the presence of this thing can start making you go nuts.
It's the only thing that Helena has actually been scared of.
Yeah, that's one thing that Helena did share with the party. It wasn't very proud to share it. Is the time that she was struck and paralyzed.
So
And I'll
that's
put
definitely
it with
something
like
Argyle is gonna want to look to defend against is something like that. So I'm gonna be wanting to research that as well on top of everything else. Like looking into a way to fend that off.
Okay, so you start looking for ways to protect yourselves from the influence of the demons or the demon lords and pocket planes.
I also want to. Am I gonna find like artisans, crafters, and skilled people who would be able to help me craft and learn these things?
Most of the people that you've met here, that you've heard of, were echoes of people throughout time that didn't really stick around very long, or what Hab had shared to you previously was a drow archmage that is prowling around here named Vizerin Devere, who has offered to already help you guys do stuff but
Yep.
had a very shady kind of attitude with him as well.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So I'm just gonna try to figure out Tinker and try to get at things myself, I guess.
Okay, yeah, so you go looking into the information you're looking for. Jose, i.e. Hab,
Yes.
you were looking for... Motherfucker, I already forgot.
Maps.
Remind- Maps,
Sorry to
yes.
interrupt there.
So yeah,
I
you
would've wanted
find
to-
you find a very detailed old map, essentially, of what the Underdark areas look like as compared to the overworld. So I'm gonna get this map sent up, and I'm gonna put it in the chat.
The Little Rock librarian. If I can get a copy of this map.
The rock lobster.
Oh yeah, he takes this gigantic, massive carved, colored stone, and he kind of puts his hands on it for a second, and he grows a large bar over it, and some kind of weird light shines from underneath the bar, and it scans upward, over, up, and down this whole image. And then he kind of like bends over and puts his head between his legs, kind of facing his rear end up in the air. And he just... And a little slot opens, and a little piece of stone pops out, and he picks it up and says, "Here you go." And he hands you essentially a copied version of this map.
Okay, I put my gloves on and then grab it. I'm like, okay, thank you very much. Let's not do that again, ever again. All right, so I put it in my pocket, all right, and then I go look for the crew, for our group.
All right. Let's get this picture. Where did it go?
I think my dog is being an asshole. Just a second.
Two cats, right? One of them figured out they're speaking chicken on top of the stove. I pull the chicken leg off, and all the cats are freaking converging on that one chicken leg.
So yeah, that's the map that you are given.
Oh.
I don't see anything.
Looks just like Lithius's. His is a little bit more detailed, though.
Fancy mop.
So yeah, you're walking to go find the rest of your party then? After you get this information, you get to walk in, and you're intercepted by another one of these Galebdur. It says, the one you call Krez has requested you return back to the living quarters. Apparently there is an issue going on with another friend that you call Lithius.
Oh, thanks. I said, I'm like, oh, great. They broke something already. And so I start heading over there.
Sorry,
All right.
I'm back.
No problem. Okay. Argyle, while you are also looking up your information, a similar thing happens. Intercepted by a Galebdur, it says, the one you know as Krez Draven is in need of your assistance back at the living quarters as soon as possible. Apparently, one of your companions known as Lithius has gone missing.
Is that to Helena?
Right back.
That's to Argyle.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna race back there as quick as I can.
Okay. And Helena, I'm gonna actually move you to the Cone of Silence because something interesting is gonna happen to you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like a mindless zombie there at this point. I have spent like the whole time out there, like researching and studying things all night, and I hear that, and I'm just gonna drop everything and run.
Yeah, what's happening right now is wait, he moved her to Kona Silence, but I don't see her there. I think she got disconnected.
Oops.
We're gonna find out that now she's also missing. Where you
Oh,
at,
they're
Lithius?
both
Where are you
gone.
hiding? Where'd you go?
I don't know. He will reveal it. I'm hoping.
Likely story.
So where are you guys living?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Like
just in general.
like in real life or in the game?
Yeah, in real life. Like what
I'm in South Carolina.
do you guys have like little gnats flying around your house?
Occasionally.
Man, it's been like swarm season, I guess. I don't know what the heck's going on, but it's nasty.
It was really bad like a week ago because like we didn't have power due to the hurricane. We had to have like all windows and everything open as much as possible to keep like air flowing in so we weren't sweating to death in our house.
Right.
It got bad during that. Like we just had a whole bunch of them, but I got 12 cats, so they dealt with the problem relatively.
You know,
I was
it
gonna
is
say the
standing
hurricane
water.
probably disturbed them, so they got them all stirred up.
Right now with the standing water from the storm and stuff like that in several different places, you're gonna be having a whole bunch of gnats and mosquitoes to deal with. That's why I had to change the water in my dog's kennels, right? Because in Georgia, right, standing water does
Oh,
not
we lost
last that long.
Lithius.
It turns right away to something where mosquitoes will breed off of it. They'll freaking lay their eggs in it in the standing water, right? Then your dog or cat gets freaking heartworm because of it, and that's a big killer out here in like on the south is that freaking for animals. It's heartworms.
I don't know if you guys are looking at Owlbear right now. There is that about the size that he's saying that is towering?
No, you are way smaller than that thing.
Oh,
Like you need to shrink
Good.
yourself down to match like his foot.
Oh, you're touching me?
Yeah, I was grabbing your character. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit more. A
You
little
said
bit
it's
more.
foot?
Yeah, like hold on. Demigorgon. 5e. Look up its height.
Anytime I switch off from that rodeo thing and come back to it, I mean the owl bear thing, it freaking opens up a map of Georgia. Right?
Apparently that's not good. Height. 18 foot tall. So how tall are you?
Hold on, I'll check that in a second. I'm checking his measurement on there. He's got it roughly at 125 feet on the thing. Let me double check my character.
If it's 8,
I think I'm 6 feet.
so you'd be up to its waist size probably.
I didn't put anything in. I'm assuming I would have been 6 feet, something around there. I wanted to be kind of tall, but not overly tall.
So if you're 6 foot, it's 3 of you by comparison. You'd probably come up to halfway up its knee.
So, oh yeah, I'm a measure. That's why. Get, get,
Get some biscuits.
uh,
Yeah.
So I was actually gonna, since we're in like a pause moment here, I was gonna try and stream both on TikTok and Twitch, but I can't have my webcam be used for both, so I can only stream on one application currently. Because I recently got to 1,000 followers on TikTok.
nice. Congrats. That would have been cool.
Off of this game?
No, through other content.
Oh, okay.
So roughly about there. So I was kind of close about the size before.
Yeah, because he's 18 foot tall. Ow. What are biscuits? But I am gonna start trying to make more TikTok and YouTube content uh off of games and other things. Like I've thought about chiming in on the flat Earth debate that's going around because it just seems like a fun thing to do.
It's round. Debate over.
You know, you would think, but it's like the greatest thing that we have in this day and age is the internet, but it's also the worst thing we have
Oh, big time.
because like stupid people, right? And that doesn't apply to flat earthers. That applies to like 90% of the masses that are stupid. Like there's just people that have like look at all the people that just got arrested for banking fraud. Because TikTok's like, hey, here's this life hack. Pretend to deposit a check for $1 million and then withdraw it.
Oh my god.
You didn't see that shit?
No.
Look up the I think everybody it was Chase Bank, where a bunch of people were just going to Chase Bank's ATMs and depositing a fake check for a massive amount of money, and Chase will automatically apply 50% of whatever the check amount is available for withdrawal that day, and the rest of it will clear when the check clears. So people were just going. It's like, hey, look at this money hack. You could just go and withdraw $1 million and now have $1 million, and it's like it's banking fraud, and a lot of people got arrested for it, all because somebody put up a joke TikTok about look at this cool money hack I have.
What?
Oh my god, people are so fucking stupid. Like I know how you can like deposit a check and get access to money, but like getting access to that much money and just like what the fuck? You
Yeah.
gotta know something's wrong.
Oh, are you talking about the people that are defrauding the bank?
Yeah.
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 Why did you take us back, Nick?
Oh, figured you could figure it. Oops.
I was just like, okay. Oh,
I
I'm not
recently
going
got
anywhere.
We
Wells
got Bobby
Fargo
back on.
recently sent me a check for $270 because of apparently my account was hacked when I was in Afghanistan, right? And because they were charging me fees for identification protection, which didn't work, right? So they had to pay back everybody whose accounts got hacked.
I feel like this is exactly the conversation Helena would walk back into, actually. So, like, she's just sort of like, this was the important information, the identity
Yeah, we were
hacking.
checking our bank accounts in the cave.
Literally, that's how it would go. Helena would go collect the important information, the rest would be like, alright, so that's happening. What are we doing?
All right. So you guys all get back together. Helena trailing up the end.
She looks annoyed.
You guys are all together now, Krez.
Helena, he's not here.
I'm going to need you to use more words than just he.
Lithius is not in this room. Neither is
That's
his
correct.
steel defender or his little
No,
dog.
the steel defender is right behind me because it is my
Yeah, you
steel
see-
defender now.
You see stomping up behind Helena. Gary comes stomping.
I mean, it's your steel
He
defender.
left
When
it.
did this happen?
Oh, just now. Basically, so you know how I've been talking to his mother. His
Yes.
mother is a very nice woman. She makes excellent, and she like goes off on this like tangent for a moment, and then circles back around and is just like, his father is very sick,
Okay.
so he went home to take care of his father. There's not going to be any use to us if he's not 100% in on this sort of situation. So
Okay,
it seems
so
like the
he's
prudent
making
thing
a
to do.
month-long trek back by himself?
Also, this is a very fascinating thing that I learned while I was listening to all of these conversations. Apparently, if we ask this place to let us leave in a certain direction, it will put us in exactly the place that we want to go. It will put us into the closest. So all he had to do is do that, just say, I want to go home, and this place took him home.
Okay, so
fascinating, right?
Fascinating, but can it bring him back?
From
He's not
behind
coming
you,
back.
you hear a voice that says, "If he really wishes to come back and he really wills it and deep into his soul, yes, he will return.
Okay.
Graven Hollow will always be open to him. You see this guy standing behind you.
So if he wills it, he will come back instantaneously, or he has to walk back here.
I think
Essentially
this
the
is
same way you guys,
metaphorical.
essentially the way you fellow travelers have found this place, he will find it the same.
No, he's
Heels.
not going to be back in time.
So we're now down Lithius, and we have to
Yes.
go fight this dragon and dragons and the other one,
I
and he
think you
couldn't
will
even say goodbye
need-
to me.
Well, you know how he is. He doesn't like to make a big splashy thing. He's very emotional. He doesn't want to cry in front of you. He
I'm
thinks you're
gonna
very cool.
I'm gonna kick him in the shin for that.
I think that is probably better than kicking him in the dick, so he'll appreciate that.
Oh wait, that was an option? Damn it!
No.
Should have thought of that.
Kick me in the dick. Why? Why you kick me in?
He wears a cup.
So, yeah, he's good. So here's the thing. I don't think we are going to be. We're going to kill the dragons. We're going to kill the Demogorgon. We're going to kill all of these things that are not supposed to be here. And if not kill, make them wish they had never actually shown up on this plane in the first place. He's left us with a bunch of toys to play with, and he's put us in a place where we can find most of the information that we're going to need to find. It is up to us to make the best of this situation.
And the drow man, Hab, you remember as Vizerin. Might I add a little bit of help to your search? I've been kind of following you, as it's very seldom that you see a group like yourself down here.
Been following me, even to
I've
the
been-
shitter.
Well, not myself per se. My associate here, and he points to this very disgusting looking,
No.
Yeah, right.
this disgusting looking little frog-like. Crap. Where is it? Let me find it really quick. Essentially, what you see is what nightmares are made of. If this nightmare was also fused with a frog, large horns, a gaping toothed maw. This thing stands about as tall as Vizerin itself. I'm sending a picture as we speak.
Patience, my own Padawans.
You guys can give me an intelligence or history check if you would like.
Helena's
to
just
try and see what
blinking
this
at this
is.
thing like, I have
Mine.
no idea what it is, but I'm going to try not to kill it.
15.
All right.
That's a save, not a check, bro.
Okay. My bad.
Oh, my bad.
No, Argyle, you were right. Yours is fine.
Oh,
You said a history check?
I got a 3.
I was gonna say I thought I heard that. Then I was like, save. Oh wait, how do I history save?
No, he hit intelligence save.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
bad.
I
Okay,
randomly got a
history.
15, which is pretty good for her.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Hab knows out of everybody that this is what's known as a death slod. Some kind of aberrant creature. Very uncommon to be a companion.
Helena, do I need to kill it?
I'm thinking about it. Can I do a detect?
You said a dead slad or sloth?
It's spelled Slaad, but I'm pronouncing it slod because that's kind of how it
Okay, slide.
worded
Okay,
in my
okay.
head.
That's the
Argyle
part
was
we
gonna
just
get all
fucking got it.
excited. Can I keep it? Can I?
There's no need to kill my associate here. He will not hurt you. He is just my he's my companion. I've been with him for a very long time.
Looks like a
Hey,
demon to
that's
me.
how-
I would like to use the divine sense, detect good and evil, real quick, please.
Okay.
I want to know if there are any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet, or anybody that is under the influence of the Hallow spell.
Is that considered a scrying kind of spell?
No,
Okay.
it's a divine thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's a sense.
technically by the nature of a death slot, you can tell that this thing radiates some sort of evil energy, and even Vizerin himself. But whereas in like a truly evil thing, it would be like a raging kind of fire feeling. This is more um like a
Subdued?
It's not like-
candle, maybe like a
it's not like-
candle or a lantern.
All right.
So
She just sort of crosses her arms over her chest and is like, I don't like you.
let me get this straight. You've been watching us for how long?
Actually, I haven't been watching it long. Only a couple
5
couple
years.
hours.
Okay, cool. So you've been watching this for a couple hours as we've researched all the shit that's going on here. And this
Well, one
frog
of the
dude?
reasons why I was doing this is because we're kind of researching the same things. The demon
So-
lords reoccurring into the Underdark and where the hell they came from. And I believe I have this entire situation filled out.
I'm all ears.
So, are you comfy? Do you have a place to sit? Do you need me to give you a place to sit?
No, I'm
Get
good.
on with it.
Move
He
along.
snaps his fingers and he makes his own chair and sits down in it and says, "Fine." Many, many months ago, in the town or the city known as Menzoberranzan,
Been there once.
a foolish drow archwizard named Gromf Benair. A foolish
Mhm.
man.
You know, it would help
Tried to
quite a bit
channel.
with this story is if you gave us pictures along with it.
I'm
What
trying
did
to
this-
find some.
Oh no, this is her being like, give us a
Facetious.
show, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Give us
so he waves his hands, and a bonfire appears at your feet, raging warm fire. He
She
takes
just
a
looks at him
flask
and is
from his
like,
pocket, and he
show us what the man looks like, dumbass.
he takes a sip from the flask and blows it into the fire. The fire turns from a normal orange to a purplish color, and a figure standing inside of it.
Much better, thank you.
A drow man, much like Vizerin himself, but much younger and much, much more cruel looking.
Okay.
He carries a grimoire in his hand as he stands above a pit reading some guttural infernal language. You catch little bits of it, Helena, as he says, I channel the energy of the abyss.
Mm,
Handle it for my own. Come forth and be bound to this book. And you see webs of Ferris energy start webbing out from the point of casting. But then they start to get a little bit more violent and look more like spider webs more than the regular waves. And Gromp seems to be very alarmed by this. And he starts trying to frantically flip through his book, trying to stop it. And he starts freaking out and panicking, realizing that he's lost control of this spell. And then, like an epicenter of an explosion, all of the force shrinks into the center and explodes out violently as these cracks in the reality start to stretch and widen, and through them come horrific fiends that shriek and scream as they're wrenched from the abyss and cast into the Underdark. The last thing you hear as the flames disappear is a woman's laughing as the figure of the drow wizard shrinks away from the demonic hordes that he has unwittingly unleashed.
He was being controlled by demons to do
No, he was an idiot. He was being controlled by his hubris. And then he lost control of it and it took what it wanted.
Yeah, the fool. But luckily, I have an idea and proposition that hopefully you would all agree to. But what I figured out from all this information is not only did Gromp bring the demon lords down upon us, the reason why his spell backfired was not due to his own doings. Lolth had a hand in this. Now, with all the other demon lords away, she has free reign in the abyss to make it all her own. I believe her plan is to spread her entire influence to take over the abyss and eventually use the very same portal to extend it to the reality we live in, the material plane. What an imbecile, what kind of mess this is. And the reason why I'm telling you all this is because we honestly don't have enough time for you to figure it out on your own. So I did most of the legwork. We can talk more about this plan. I have my own place around here, Araj, to which actually, does anyone speak Elvish?
I believe. I think I do, according to my old character sheet. Let me double check.
I do not.
Use the sheet that you're working on, not the one that you used to have.
Right, but hang on.
Right.
I want to make sure.
What about you, Helena? Do you speak Elvish?
I do.
Fuck no.
I do not.
She speaks Abyssal, Common, and Undercommon, and that's it.
Okay.
According to my old sheet and my current sheet, I speak Common, Infernal, and Undercommon. But
Okay.
because of the new rules, I now have Draconic and Goblin, but I'm not using them as a current form of speech.
I think this was something that our old elf archer or the ranger had.
Well, either way, my
Nalrion.
tower,
Yeah, now we are. Rest in
my
peace.
tower of Araj lies not 10 days from here.
So wait. Now you want us to go 10 days to there when we've got shit we've got to go kill tomorrow?
Can't we will ourselves there?
I mean, if I really felt like it and I really felt like exerting myself like that, we probably could, but I know a way there that will take us there unhindered. Just a
I'm
little
not
bit of
going
walking.
anywhere until I get my information, so.
That's fair enough. Information is a horrible thing to waste.
That's very much so.
Horrible
Which
thing
is
to
fair enough
waste.
because, unfortunately, I'd rather not travel with you. I feel, with the name that you guys have made in the Underdark, and with my reputation that I have, I'd rather lay low.
The reputation we have in the Underdark?
Oh yes, your group of adventurers are very well known. Even to this day, in the remnants of Slubladop, they speak your names.
Oh, then it's not enough. We haven't destroyed it enough if there's still people to talk about us. We
No,
gotta
that's
try
the-
harder.
They've begun the rebuild, but unfortunately the madness of these demon lords is affecting everyone. It is very hard on everyone. As I have understood of last, even the city of Gracklestew lays in ruins.
That's not a
With their-
surprise.
It wasn't very nice to begin with. Let's be real.
Let's go this route, sir. What advantage we have traveling to your place versus going face first into all the shit we're gonna have to go face first into? Okay?
I can think of 3 things off the top of my head. One, some of the best food that you've had in the Underdark in a while. I
Okay.
promise I will cook the best. Second, the Tower of Raj is under great defense. If anyone were to penetrate its hold, they would stand no chance against me in the full force of my defenses there. And the third, you have time to practice and train. along the way. We can only do so much here.
Okay. So
Plus, there's only information here gained, but information can be uh, obtained by other people of our conversations here. These walls don't exactly echo, if you know what I mean. They seem to absorb secrets and spill them out on a daily basis.
okay. So you didn't offer me really any incentive. I don't care about being in an impenetrable defensive fortress when I need to go slaughter demons. Am I wrong with this, guys? Like, we need to be defended?
It doesn't hurt to have the high ground.
The high ground for what? We're trying to stop demons from getting to the surface. What good is it to hole up in a tower?
Well, we could speak further there of our
Asshole.
plan of action.
Wants us to go to the tower so that way the ears, right, that are connected to this library do not collect any information
Okay, so
and repeat it to somebody else.
unless I'm mistaken, and my party members can correct me if I'm wrong here. Our plan of action: slaughter every demon we can. Is that not the plan of action?
And is the
Yeah.
plan.
So, what more strategy do we need other than slaughter everything demonic in the
My dog
Underdark?
is being such a fucking dick right now. Give me a second.
Vizerin,
Half-Water is like, wait a minute, you guys actually had a plan?
The plan is kill them all. No.
Vizerin kind of strokes his chin for a second and says, "That is a very sound plan. Krez, was it?
Yes.
But let me ask you a simple question, if you may. Have you ever been familiar with the pastime of hunting?
Hunting? Yeah.
Yes,
I
I've
hunt my
heard that-
own food. So
I've
continue.
heard that men of the of Faerun in the surface, they sometimes go through procedures of baiting places in the forest for them to stake out and then hunt more effectively. Correct?
So we're talking about two different things here, Bissy.
I promise. My plan has a point. What if I was to say that we could draw all of the demon lords loose in the Underdark as of now to one place?
Okay, let's pretend I'm smart here. Okay? I'm not the smartest guy in this group. Right? Fighting one demon lord is damn near gonna kill us. Right? And if we take a day or so to recover after fighting that one demon lord, we can kill another and repeat the process. You want to put all demon lords in one spot and then let us have at it?
I promise. If you come with me to Araj, I promise I'll explain everything there.
All
I
right.
have a full plan laid out.
How can we travel unhindered?
Follow me.
Anybody want to back out of this? Because let's go hear what this guy has to say. But if I don't like it, I'm taking his head and then I'm gonna go kill all the demons myself.
See, I knew he always had a plan.
So we'll just assume Helena protests because she'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here kind of thinking about it because, like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, I do kind of agree, and we could like, why don't we just will ourselves there and see what's the big deal about
She
it?
just raises her hand and waits for the mage to acknowledge.
And he kind of like looks over the crowd like with his nose up. You, Miss Helena, correct?
If we're so notorious, you know what my fucking name is. And then what I would like to know is what do you get out of this?
What what do I get out of this?
And then I would like to cast Zone of Truth.
And he says, I tell you this with the deepest parts of my heart that if you come
So-
with me to Araj, everything that you need to know I will tell you without hindrance, but I
Yeah,
will
no.
not do it here.
Still gonna need a charisma 17 save, please.
Okay. That's not a d20.
Yeah, roll that d12 for me.
The d12 and the d20 look so much similar. Holy fucking shit. So, does a 12? No. Damn it, that doesn't
No.
have. Okay, so yeah, he says what he says.
And she says, understandable. What do you get out of this?
All I want to see is Menzo Baranzin have a new change in leadership.
Are you a follower of Loth?
He says that, and he turns for a second, grabs his stomach, and literally retches and throws up on the floor. He says, just the thought of that made me violently ill. How disrespectful for you to say that to me. But
You're a drow
will not take
mage
it.
in the Underdark, and she is the goddess of the drow.
that is the only reason why I am holding myself back, because that is the exact stereotype that I am trying to eradicate.
Holding yourself back? I mean, aside from these golems here, you think you could take us?
I don't want to fight you. I don't want to do anything in violence towards you.
Cool.
But
Then
the thought
then
of me
don't
being a follower of
ass-
Lolth makes me absolutely sick to my stomach.
That's
For
fine.
the prices that they pay for worshiping this demon of a god.
But I'll tell you this. I'm not the smartest guy here, but I know when I'm being insulted as if my strength isn't good enough. So I'll go with you to find out what the fuck you'll tell me. But as I said, if you say some shit I don't like, I'm taking your head. You good with that?
He reaches his hand out to meet yours. If you don't like the answers I have, you're more than willing to try.
There's not a try. One of us will die. I'll tell you that. But Helena, I'm good. Let's go find out what this person has to say. And worst case scenario, we smite his ass into oblivion.
So, as per what I said originally, as you turn back from Helena, he hands you a little bit of paper that has a map on it. It says this should map up with any other information of Underdark maps that you find here. It will take you directly to Araj. When you arrive, present this map and it will gain you entrance.
I rotate the map like 37 times.
He every time
the-
takes it out of your hands and puts it right side up.
Look, why
Are
would
the
you
little
hand
stone
me
guys still there?
this?
Yeah.
Helena,
Nick. Are the stone guys still around?
They're not the ones that led you there. They're just the ones that led you there. They went off and did their own things. But there are, like, every once in a while, you'll see one going by with a stone slab.
All right, she's gonna tap one that's going past and says to it, "If we need to go to the Castle Raz, could you let us out there?"
And he kind of goes silent for a second and says, yeah, actually, yeah, we can direct you in that direction. Just head back to the entrance you came in, and it will send you on your right direction.
Excellent, thank you. And do you know how long it's going to be until I get my books?
Should be around any second now. And from behind him, seemingly from like a railing, this Caleb Durr just comes jumping over the railing next to you with with like a handful of plaques in his hand. And says, that took me a lot of time. I had to work out some stuff with the librarians. I'm sorry that took so long.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
you
good.
were looking for magical tomes, you
Mhm.
were right.
One was the one that she's looking for that's not there is the book of something deeds. And then the secondary one that you didn't get a chance to find out whether it was there was the Tome of Leadership and Influence.
The Book of Exalted Deeds is what you're looking for?
Yes. And
So essentially, the Book of Exalted Deeds, by the information that you get given to you, it says that it is in a place known as the Filth Riddens.
okay.
Let's see. Any others that you were looking for?
The Tome of Leadership and Influence.
And as funny as it sounds, the Tome of Leadership and Influence is in a library just outside of Neverwinter in a town known as Daggerford. In the library of a noble known as Hab Waters.
Son of a
Alright.
bitch! Hab, you're holding
information-
out on us.
The information that was given, it also says that it has been read and it will not be active for another 10 years.
That's fine. She's patient.
Helena's got nothing but time after we deal with demons.
Yeah. And then she
So yeah, Hab,
asked
what do
for
you say when you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
she's going to ask for a map to the filths.
The Filth Riddens.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So essentially, with the map that you were already given, i.e., that Jose was given, the Filth Riddens themselves lie in a place in the Underdark known as the Labyrinth.
Okay, so it's here in the Underdark. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Of
I
course
showed
it's-
them the map. I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, I got this map.
Very
And,
nice. Very smart. Thank you very much, Hab.
Right.
Also, you have my book.
Your book.
I'll
I have her
I'll
book.
be coming. I'll be coming for it when I'm finished with this.
So
You can
yeah,
have it back in 11 years.
the Galeb Dur shows you, Jose, that or Hab Waters, that the information that she was looking for, it tells her that the last place that it was in the Underdark, and that it was headed to the estate of one Hab Waters in Daggerford.
So it's not there yet.
No, it's
That
in
was the
transition.
last information that you had been given. It is dated to be at least 3 years old.
Right.
Okay.
So that by 3 years ago, it was last in the Underdark. And Hab, you
Okay.
remember about this time of when you were getting a little bit of renovations in the villa and that you ordered some books to, and I quote, fill out this bookshelf?
Yeah. Yes.
So, and you remember that book being a part of it, but you don't remember it being that special.
It was in a pile with other books, weren't it?
Yeah, it was just, for what you knew, it was just another book.
Okay. All right. So
I'll
it's
be
in the
taking
wait a
that.
minute, it's in the villa. It's in the villa or the winery.
It says the villa.
Okay. All right. All right. It's in the villa in Daggerford. Okay, got it.
All right. Places to go, things to do.
Any other books you were looking for?
There are other ones, but I don't know if anybody would want them.
I'm looking for a manual of gainful exercise or gainful action, whatever it was. Quickness in action, I think it was.
Let me look it up.
Let me double check it. It was a manual. It was the one that gives the dexterity +2 and raises your maximum score +2.
Yep, that's gainful exercise.
Yeah. Or no, is it? Or quickness
Gainful-
of action.
gainful
dexterity
exercise
score
is 2
increased by
strength.
2, gainful exercise.
Oh no,
It's
I don't know how to
strength.
read. That's strength.
Yeah, gainful is strength. So Krez might be interested by that.
Krez would not know about that book. Somebody would have to explain that to him. Krez knows. Krez
Like the only
Ish
reason she knew
knows.
about these two is like they're specifically things that she would want as a paladin. Like she could get something that makes her smarter, but she doesn't give a fuck about that.
Well, then if
She just thinks-
Argyle was able to hear this and he doesn't know about this already, he'd be like, is there one to make me quicker, faster?
The information that you seek is a manual of quickness of action, but unfortunately, the last records that we have, and he kind of like, at this point, he like looks at his chest, and it's just like random slabs that he's just collected because he's trying to be preemptive in your guys' shit. And he pulls it out and says, "Yeah, it's called a manual of quickness of action." And the last time it was seen or documented in the Underdark was 10 centuries ago.
Jeez. Well,
was,
I know it's right and ready to be used at least. No, I
it was-
wouldn't. I wouldn't know that.
It was collected long ago by a wizard named Ulustriel Silverhand. And that's very strange. He cast it into a pit.
Son of a bitch!
Huh. Well, if anyone's gonna get it, it should be me. Do you know where this pit is? Do you have any idea of this pit?
It's where the demons came out of.
Son of a bitch!
And he looks.
Armpit of hell.
The place where this pit used to be is it's what's known now as the Dark Lake.
The Dark Lake.
It's at the bottom of the Dark Lake.
Cool.
Well,
That'd be a fun
well,
adventure.
well.
To which by
Let's
your
go.
map you can see that Araj is somewhat near the Dark Lake.
Convenient for that person.
All right, guys. I think we need a detour to the Dark Lake.
You can wait until after, like the rest of us.
No, it's on the way.
Okay, so what's the plan as of now?
I do have one
I
question.
have the
How are we getting there?
or walking.
Did Lithius ever
So-
identify that belt before he took off?
He
He
did
still
not.
has it. He
Delta
still has it.
Clementine?
I'm pretty sure this person in front of us could do that as well.
So
Okay.
forward.
Wait. So if we are walking and we're going past it, I'm gonna be quite upset. So if we're walking, we're stopping for my manual game quickness of action, or we are definitely teleporting there, and Argyle's gonna stomp his foot and be pouty about it.
Should-
Don't be a
There you go.
baby.
Lynn,
We
you want me to
didn't even
drag
know this
him by his
thing
ankle?
existed until like we got there.
I'm still siding with Krez on if I don't like what's said, then we can kill this guy, and I'm not liking what's being said.
Well, you're not liking what we're telling you. That's not what he's telling you. That's the archives telling you.
I'm just not liking
First
what's
of all,
being said in general.
I will drag you by your
I'm not liking
ankles
the fact that we have to
so we
walk.
can
He's
move
telling us
on.
We have to walk.
You're right. And I go to reach down and grab his ankle and start dragging him. Like, we're going. You could cry about it the whole way, but I might knock you out and just carry you on my shoulder so I don't have to listen to bitch.
Just
I'm
put
just
him
gonna
on
cross my
bed,
arms.
for
I'm just gonna
God's
cross
sake.
my arms and like continue holding my breath.
Vizerin also speaks up and says, "You, just so you know, young Argyle, was it? If I wasn't giving you this specific direction, it would take you 60 days to get to where I want you to be, and you would be plagued with any pestilence or discretion or opposition that the Underdark currently has to offer you."
I don't see how that's a bad thing because I like to slaughter things, but
Right? Argyle's gonna be sitting there just looking at him like all excited, like don't tempt me.
Be like, Kraz,
With
just
very
tie the baby to the back of the automaton and let's go.
With a very
Bring me back that way.
great face, Vizerin says, "Take the map. I'm going home. I've gotten all the information I need. Show up.
She takes
Don't.
the map.
It is what it is. I hope to see you soon."
It's a good thing you have to tell the truth because I actually believe you. Goodbye.
He turns, and as he turns, the death slot next to him, who has just been kind of sentiently staring at Argyle this whole time, he turns very emotionally, and as he turns, disappears.
Argyle's gonna look back and be like, "Guys, see, I told you I wanted it as a bond. Did you see how sad it looked?"
Moving on.
That's-
So you guys are leaving Graven Hollow now.
Yes. And heading to this map pathway that I've rotated 37 times and still have no idea where I'm going.
She's taking the map from you, and like she says, "Let's go back out to the exits the entrance that we came in."
Wait, quick question.
this-
Where was it we had to go to kill that guy that I had to kill for the Raven Queen?
Silver
my
Moon,
thing.
which is in Faerun,
Oh, okay.
on the surface.
It's about 60 days back the opposite direction, my good guy.
Yeah.
So she'll pack up all of her stuff, make sure that she's got everything she needs, sort of like check in on Gary, the automaton, the steel defender, whatever, and get her pack, get everything ready, and start walking towards the entrance. And then she'll use the sending stone and tell Lithius's mama that he's on his way home.
And yeah, she answers, very overjoyed that her son is finally coming home. In the background, you can hear a hacking cough from Lucius Grom,
So,
kind of like that.
yeah,
Sounds like
basically.
you're smoking some weed.
Yeah. Sounds like your family. So yes,
Honey,
we will need you
don't
to
take
keep
such
him.
big rips from that, dear. It's gonna hurt your lungs.
It says we're going to need you to keep him, and we will do what we need to do here. But it will be very nice for him to be home. Thank you so
Not
much.
my first rodeo, dear.
So you guys start heading out. So as you guys leave, I'm gonna award each of you 5,000 experience for learning the truth.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Learning the truth.
Yes, that.
You had to learn that.
Too bad it's
Everyone but
5,500
left too early to learn the truth.
short.
What makes you think he didn't learn it before he left, bro?
Ooh. I want to kick
You'll
him in
never
the
find out now.
nuts.
So what are we sitting at now, guys?
By my stands, 114,517.
114?
114,000.
Because you missed a couple sessions.
Ah,
Yeah,
ah,
me too.
ah.
Am I supposed to be caught up or no?
No.
You're catching up.
Okay.
Remember, I'll adjust it later.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 11,000. No, it's gonna be 116,873.
How are you ahead?
I don't know.
Hey, you shouldn't be ahead.
Special.
I
Well,
haven't
dude,
missed a
he
session in
took-
forever.
He took a penny, but he didn't leave a penny.
Pretty much.
Oh, I've been keeping track of it all the time. Right? So I'd just like to know how everybody else is behind me.
That's what we were wondering. It's fine.
Put out a lower number and everyone rolled with it.
Well, I'm
I'll
just gonna
fix
put
it later.
I'm gonna put myself at 13, and we'll be good.
I'm gonna put myself at level 20.
What? No, you're fucking not.
Oh man, can you imagine me as a level 20
Everything
barbarian?
cleric.
Alrighty.
They would just send you into battle everything for them. Sip their
So are we
tea.
are we traveling from this point on now?
Doing something.
Essentially.
Okay, Argyle's just gonna like lay down on his board and having like an existential crisis that we're gonna be passing by his manual but not stopping.
We're not gonna be
I'm just
passing
gonna
by
be laying
it.
flat on it, like hands crossed on my chest, just staring up at the sky as we go.
We're being a 5-year-old. Moving on.
Hey, I'm coming along. I'm just laying there.
So if
I'm
we go out
floating along
through
behind ya.
the front door, through the entrance that we came in, and it will put us in a much closer range to the actual destination, right?
Yes.
So how much travel time are we looking at?
12 days.
Okay, so we went
It was
from
10 to
6
12 days. He's cheating.
days to 10 days. All right, cool. So 12 days. Gotcha.
Somebody remember before we ask him again.
Yeah.
Well, I
He
just
said it
wanted
was
to-
10
I thought it was
days.
going to be less because we were going out the front door, but we're cool. It's fine. So we are on our way to the castle.
Going on a new
Uh,
adventure and we don't know what's in store. Going
So-
out the front door.
At about 7.5 hours from you guys leaving, essentially, actually, it's been about like 6 hours because you guys spent some time in the library today. You start hearing some music
You-
entering this tunnel.
Do we recognize the tune?
Not particularly. It sounds somewhat tribal.
Okay.
A little bit of
Like
drum sound.
multiple instruments or
You hear a little bit of drum and a little bit of like bird pipe sound, but not at the same time.
I'm
then
now
sometimes it's-
picturing one of those like one-man band get-ups.
Perfect. There you go.
And you
Like a
keep
harmonica and like a
you keep moving, and eventually you come across the visage, excuse me, of a tiny little goblin beating on a drum and periodically pulling out a little bird flute and doing a little toots on it.
You see a
toots
little
on a bird
pipe.
flute.
You see a little pipe with some lazy smoke going up on it. And
Okay.
is this a cavern or a passage that we're
This
in?
is a passage with a little cavern off to the side.
Okay, can I have my fortress over in the cavern?
Yeah, you guys would see this massive also structure built behind him. It seems like it's pushed also some of the rock in this cavern away somehow. As you can see them pinned up and crushed on the side of this this structure that he's built, but it doesn't seem to have done any damage.
He's got some food cooking on the fire. You guys come up.
I'm coming up with swords drawn. Goblin!
Where? Where? He jumps up and looks around. Oh, just kidding.
Helena, do I kill it?
Float over on his board.
Hail, strangers.
Let's talk to it first.
And he looks like he's slowly starting to maybe back away from his camp cautiously.
Like all cut up.
It's like, hail and well met, traveler. What brings you out to this part of the Underdark?
It's a,
Well, he's looking you all up and down. To be honest, I'm here to look for a group. Looks similar to your group.
Could you, and why were you looking for this group that looked similar to our group?
My elders and my chief, they have been watching your progress as of late.
you know something?
They,
I'm gonna lose my shit on people watching me without me knowing about it.
We'll stop walking around naked and maybe people will stop looking.
I can't help it. I'm hung like a horse.
A very small pony. at most.
It's those cargo
Either
shorts,
not
man. It's the cargo
interested.
shorts.
Damn, Elena, you didn't have to do me that dirty. Damn.
Our guy was gonna float a little higher on his board above Krez's waist.
If I may, I was
Yes,
told
please.
that you had an army. I came to join an army against the demons.
The army's about
Just a
30 days that way.
Hmm.
But we are a
Like,
group that are going to go kill some demons. Probably here in the next, I don't know, 12 days.
Well, that is why I was sent. The demons are a problem for everyone.
All right,
And
sir.
what can you do, little one?
Oh, well, I apologize. And he goes into a little bow, and his little feathers and stuff, they look kind of nice. He looks very jingly. He's got beaded, almost tribal necklaces with feathers tied to his braided greenish hair. He has like a goldish yellow eyes. They look friendly, but I mean, he is a goblin.
Right.
He's wearing a. He's actually not in his armor at the moment. You see a pair of armor down on the ground next to him. Looks like he was totally comfing it out, and he kind of starts slipping it on. Some breastplate.
Okay.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Can you
What?
beat me in a fight?
Oh, sure. Sure. And he he gets up and starts walking towards you.
At this point, Argyle's laying over, like rolled over on his board and like laying on his chest, watching all this go down.
What's the rules?
One of us stops breathing.
Oh, it's one of those. He pulls out a wand of fireballs and aims it at you. Are you
Let's.
sure you want to do this? And at
I
that
don't
point,
think you should waste your fireballs. with
at that
one.
point, from back behind or maybe up above, you hear a koosh as a large beast drops down from above, and you see a big, massive, black feathered griffin come charging out and muscle in between you two very protectively.
Oh man, dinner is here. Yes, Griffin steaks for all.
Absolutely.
You just see
not.
Krez's
Sorry,
mouth
she
start
loves
watering.
The
pheasant.
goblin holds him back, but he still has his wand of fireballs. Well, let's not get hasty, shall we?
Sir, you have to
This is on the
really
goblin.
think about something. Think I fear fire? And
I have many, many spells at my disposal. Shall I pick a different, perhaps? And he smiles at you with very, very sharp-pointed goblin teeth.
sure. And
Alright. Okay.
I'm
Alright.
breaking this up.
Okay.
I break this
Helena
up.
is gonna
right?
go set like a hand on Krez's shoulder and be like, "Don't kill the little goblin with the fireball necklace. That could be very useful in the future." Okay.
hey, look, are we gauging his strength whether he's worthy to join us, or are we gonna sit here and just be like, yeah, sure, this random stranger in the middle of the fucking Underdark should just join us, and he's got dinner.
You are not eating a griffin.
But drum
I
legs.
think the goblin would have kicked your ass anyway.
I'm willing to have waters. I will fight you
How
too.
about we say this is what we will do as far as the tests? We won't be using any spells. We won't be using anything like that. We will do a simple test of one strength, one intelligence.
Thumb wrestling.
Wait a second.
What about first
I just heard my companion Hab Waters over here, who's been with us the least amount of time, think he could take me in a fight? I'm sorry.
How about this? We'll have a thumb wrestle. Huh? Nobody gets hurt?
How about I throw you off a cliff?
I was like, you couldn't pick
Like,
me
first-
up if you wanted to.
You wanna
points at
bet?
the fortress that's over in the corner and looks at the little goblin and goes, "Did you make this?"
It's my home away from home. Would you
Does it
care
get
to see it?
smaller?
It can. Would you like to see it?
Just a moment. I would like to meet your griffin first.
Oh, yes. Well, first, my name is Snags. I'm the talebearer. And this is Rags, my faithful compatriot. And he gives him a big hug.
I'm sorry, your
He's
name
like,
is Snags, and his is
My name is-
Rags?
Correct. Try to keep up. Would you like to come and see inside? What is
Little man, I've killed people for less. Quite
What I'm
literally.
talking to you, this young lady here, the one who I was speaking to.
Oh my goodness. This is hilarious.
I'm sorry. I'm
He
sorry.
gets the food, which is starting to burn now, and pulls it off real quick and puts out the fire and takes it inside and says, "You're welcome to join." And he feeds half of it to Rags on the way over.
I'm sorry. Can I just stop and like? Very well done. Very well done. I'm enjoying this a lot.
I'm having a hard time here, Helena. Having a hard time here. No, I'm feeling like I'm being insulted by my entire party, who most of which I've dragged from the
He just
abyss of
sort
death.
of leans over and says, "It's a goblin. I don't want you to kill a goblin. Like, it seems like it would be way too easy for you. Wait until we can kill something slightly bigger.
The
Save it for
griffin.
the dragons.
The griffin.
The griffin, I would think, would be much more fun to ride than to eat.
Argyle's gonna pipe in and be like, she's got a point. We're trying to raise an army, not kill this army yet.
What
You
what
hear from the
army do
background,
you?
Do I get a vote?
No. I don't even know you. You just happen to appear on our journey and start fucking acting like you're king fucking shit. I will fucking eat your griffin and leave your head on the roaster.
He says something, but his mouth is full of food, and you don't quite catch it.
I'll tell you this. He insults me one more fucking time, and one of us will die.
Of fun? No, but yes. If he insults you, then yes, you have full rights to make recompense.
Yeah.
But until then,
This fucking tiny man I could punt off a fucking cliff with my pinky toe wants to talk shit like he's got a wand of fireballs and a couple of spells. Like I'm fucking afraid of it. I've killed dragons. The little midget goblin ain't gonna do shit to me.
Probably not.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna walk off into the distance for a moment and just like catch my fucking self before I go into a full rage and start beating the shit out of a goblin and a griffin.
Go into Zen mode.
You hear the
sun's
door
going down,
shut.
big guy.
You hear the door shut on his thing.
So, are you guys gonna go inside his
I'm not.
Snags' little hut?
I
Argyle's
won't.
definitely interested by this. He's gonna be asking questions and trying to learn all about this.
So yeah, give him a description of what your yeah.
It is just a standard Dern's instant fortress, but I call it Snag's instant fortress.
because it's snazzy.
Yeah. It's a 1-inch metal cube when it's not being used. It grows rapidly into a fortress. It's 30 feet high, 20 feet on each side. Has arrow slits on all sides, battlement atop of it, which is where Rag sleeps. Its interior is divided into 2 different floors with a ladder running between them. The top of the ladder has the door on top to head up top. It is immune to stuff like knock spells and chimes of opening and stuff like that. It's made of adamantium. The magic of it prevents it from falling over. It's my home away from home.
It's so cool.
Oh, yes.
Did you make
I'm
it
gonna
yourself?
go ahead and use another channel divinity, detect good and evil, just to get a bead on the goblin.
Both he is chaotic neutral, so he's not evil.
Okay.
And then the beast is just a neutral beast that is a summons of his. So it's
Gotcha.
more so you sense it as a fae.
It's like Fae. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And
Argyle's definitely gonna see this as like knowledge to him wanting to learn about the pocket dimension stuff if he hasn't already succeeded in it. So I'm definitely gonna be curious and want to pick your brain of all information of that. So like that's basically what I'm gonna be doing to your character for the next while.
For what? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I want to know all about your fortress. Did you make it?
Oh, a goblin never tells his secret. And he puts a greasy finger on your chin and runs it up your nose and boops you.
If I were breathing and to smell that, I would probably kick you across the room right now. But I want to know about your fortress.
The griffin looks up at that.
Oh.
Yeah, this black griffin that's just been sitting in very close to Snags. As you say that, he looks up with a very soulless look in his eyes about it.
I will end you. Well, I've been traveling all day. I just ate my meal. I don't have a lot to offer. If you want to sleep here, you're welcome. Safe. Otherwise, my entire plan, following what my chief and my elders said, was to find your army, join it, prove myself for goblin kind everywhere. You know, they were pretty offended that they weren't included in all these, and he points, all these races. You have a purple tiefling, but you didn't want to.
Blue,
No.
asshole.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I'm slightly colorblind.
Well, I'm not there, so you don't have to worry about that. I stayed outside, remember?
I'm a little bit colorblind. Anyway,
Goblin.
it's nice to meet you. I'm Snags.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Argyle. Still want to
If
know
you
about
want
your
to know a
pocket,
little bit
about
about
your.
me, I'm sorry.
Still want to know about your fortress, but how are you doing? Nice to meet
Well,
you.
have a look around, please. There's nothing
Oh,
to
I'm
steal,
definitely.
so please look around.
I'll put my hands up and then tuck them behind my back and hold them kind of like at ease. And then I'm gonna go around investigating everything, trying to decipher and figure out how it was made, how to make something like that happen and work.
Very
Understand more
solid,
about it.
very thick adamantium, hardcore. You probably wouldn't be able to do much of a scratch to it.
I'm gonna tap around, see if I can find anywhere where like operations or how it operates and works.
It operates by magic word.
Ooh. Do tell me more about this.
I'd rather not. Thanks. I think I'll pass.
Oh god. I'm not gonna keep doing it, but Argyle is gonna keep bugging you there throughout the time.
Yeah, just you're tapping around. You can tell this thing is fully made of adamantine. That's one thing you can tell.
Alright.
There was this one time I was being chased by a young dragon. Well, I happened to be flying up on my griffin, and I just happened to just activate this as it was flying up towards me, dropped a tower on its head. It was beautiful. I'm sorry, what were we saying? Are you guys staying? Can I join you? What's going on? Where's the other
Argyle from
one?
another room is gonna hear that story. He pop its head out from the doorway. That's awesome. You go back to investigating.
Oh, it was.
My spot to start making my bedroll.
Oh, please do. I've slept in that corner myself.
And then it's just sort of waiting for Krez to cool down before they go inside. Because now that she knows that it's there's no evil or anything, and that the griffin is a fey creature, she's just sort of waiting.
I was given the okay by my chieftain. He told me it was okay, that you guys could be trusted. I come from a place. It's called the Fated Breach. And he waits for like an ooh or an ah, and when nothing happens, he goes, well, anyways, that's my home, the Fated Breach. There was a lot of goblin clans that once Minzo Baranzan and some surrounding drow cities, they were having tissies as they typically do. Many goblin clans escaped. We were slaves. I was a part of one of those clans. Anyways, so we found each other. We started our own place, and that's our community.
Argyle's gonna yell from across the queue wherever in another room. I was on top of a mountain once.
You don't have to yell. This thing echoes.
That's
He's
nice.
still
yeah.
gonna yell back. Oh.
Well, I'll let you guys sleep on it. And you see a little, well, he climbs up to the second floor. That's where his room is. And he shuts the door. And you hear him humming a song up there and beating on a drum, and then you hear gentle snores. Which echo. he could totally be listening to you guys too. So one never knows.
So yeah, you guys after your new encounter with this very strange goblin, the seat in his personal tower, you guys have the rest of the night to contemplate the information you've been given and a nice, safe, somewhat warm place to sleep.
Bjork, shut up.
Well, damn.
Sorry, my dog is being a dick.
Okay, I'm going to use my psychic whispers there, and I'm going to connect with the group there just so we can talk amongst ourselves about the goblin, about Snags here.
Is that like a wisdom save? What is that?
Okay, sorry, let me just double check there. But you establish telepathic communications between yourself and others, perfect for quad infiltration. As an action, choose one or more creatures you can see up to a number of creatures equal to my proficiency. Then roll one psionic energy die for a number of hours. It doesn't say any save or roll.
All right, but you have to be able to see them.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just grab everyone together and then I'll make sure I can see everyone and then activate it.
Krez isn't
She's
there.
still outside waiting for Krez.
And then I'm gonna spend a die there and roll 1d8. And we get 3 hours to kind of chat about it, talk about it there. Okay, so what do you guys think of the Snags guy? Just kind of surprise everyone by talking.
So you and Hab?
I think he can do a majority of everybody, but if
I
only
can
you
do
have
everyone.
one
But I have
side-
it says up to my proficiency. My proficiency is 4.
Okay,
if I'm
I would
not
like to
mistaken.
go back to the spot where it says that you can see.
I'm
Yeah.
not in
Oh,
that
wait,
place.
Where is Hab then? Sorry.
No, it's
No,
not
Hab
Hab.
is inside with you. Krez and Helena are outside.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
trying
why I
to
said
say.
I wanted to get everyone to where I could see them or get together with everyone, and then I'm gonna activate it.
I thought Hob was
Okay.
rolling up his bedding.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Hab is in there.
So yeah,
Okay, well
Hab's
then-
inside.
Okay, well, and I'll go grab Habs and I'll be like, "Hey, Habs, come, let's go back to the group," and then I'll get everyone together there and I'll connect telepathically with everyone there.
If
Hey,
you
you
want,
just like comically
want-
grab him.
if you want,
Thank
I'll
you,
just take my
thank you.
headphones off, and you guys can talk, and you can send a message, and then.
Oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
No,
For
there's nothing
fun, just
secret
for
there.
fun.
It's just I'm just
for
role
fun.
playing for
Let
fun
you
of it
guys
right now.
I like this idea though. Phil, we'll send you a message when we get back.
Yep, turning my volume down.
Okay.
Krez had walked off. So unless you're gonna
Yeah,
go
so-
search for Krez.
Oh, you completely left, eh?
Yeah, I walked off.
That's
I was just like,
what
fuck
we've
this
been
guy.
saying, is like
Oh,
And-
okay, I missed that part. Sorry, I kind of have like moments where it cuts out. But
Helena
I
is-
just stayed outside.
no, Helena is waiting outside for him.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
I
I
would
go
say it would
outside
take
and
the
then
better
be like,
part
"Oh,
of an
where'd Krez go?"
hour for me to return, and I would return with like the corpse of something as I'm like kind of like trying to start a fire to cook it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say for the sake of things that Argyle, do you probably just wait inside, or do you wait with Helena chatting about things?
Yeah. Sorry, I mean.
Sorry. I'm just sitting here like
think about this right here.
like Argyle and Helena stuck outside. He's gonna be making like awkward conversation, and she's just gonna look at him and just keep like, I don't know, man. It just cracks me up, like the mental image of it. So he's just like, so how about the? Yeah, okay. And then,
So, how about
and
that
then he just
green
starts monologuing, and it's just like stuck listening.
Yeah. You know what? I am just gonna
Okay.
like connect with everyone there mentally, telepathically there, so we could just talk out openly. You, me, and if Krez isn't around. Alright, so what's everyone thinking there? Like, we already know what Krez's opinion is, but we can talk to him.
I think it's one of those times where we can't really be too picky. Well, not too picky, but I think we need to have all of the possible allies that we can get when we're going up against demons and gods. So,
I was just thinking about that. He said he came to look for the army, and he seemed pretty confident when he stood up to Krez there. If you're confident to stand up like that, maybe he does have something to offer.
I've seen a lot of people be very confident and very stupid at the same time.
Argyle's just gonna like glance over, getting the vibes that he's one of those people.
She named 0 names. Like it was
I
like
resemble that remark.
straight up.
Moving on. I kind of find him interesting, and at the least, I had a great amount of laughter there from him. So
Yes.
I think we might as well see where this goes. Give it a try. We'll try talking to Krez there, and if they really have to hash it out, maybe we'll let them go first strike, first blood. Guys will be
think it's
guys. They might have to
very.
hash it out.
She just sort of like blinks slowly at the guys will be guys thing, knowing that she could probably fucking snap him in half. And then is like, yes, guys will be guys. And then going to sort of like try and figure out where, in relation to where they are now, the what is it, the filth art, like the filth is?
Filthridens.
Yeah, filth riddance. Thank you.
So, from what you can see from the information, from where you're at right now, you guys are somewhere above the place that you've been alerted of before, kind of known as the worm writhings, which you've
Gotcha.
been very briefly filled in as a breeding ground for purple worms.
Which is what we needed the eggs to get the the amulets of proof against something.
Against
Like,
demons, I believe that is something that Lithius
yeah,
was picking up.
yeah.
But yeah, from where you can tell, the Filthriddens is a hell of a lot south. Maybe about 2 months of a trek, even more.
Okay. And then where we are now, how close are we to the Dark Lake?
From the Dark Lake.
We're quite a ways away from what I saw there.
Yeah, you're about 80 days away from the Dark Lake.
Okay. Cool. And then eventually, I'm assuming Krez comes back with like a giant spider carcass.
Yeah, I'll say that he comes back with actually he comes back with the body of a full on no wait, that doesn't work here. Yeah, he comes back with a Quagoth.
Okay.
You said you come back in like an hour-ish or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm
She looks at
assuming
him
because
and
it
is
doesn't
like-
necessarily say that I believe that I can't add Krez in on the psychic whispers afterwards because he'd still be within my number of people
She
and it
just
would still be
leans
within the
over to
time.
him and is like, "You may not want to start talking into his head right away until he's at least said hello."
I see everybody, and I'm just like, food.
Well, I was gonna say I thought that like once Krez sat down and had a fire and was eating food, once I saw him with food, I think he's approachable. As long as you don't try to take his food.
She just sort of looks at him and goes, "Remember when those things were a little bit more difficult to kill? I think we've come quite a bit of ways from where we started."
Yeah, I'd say so.
I could just picture
Well-
Krez with like a mouthful.
Do you
Well, no,
think
I'm
we're
still
ready to kill
cooking.
some demons yet? I think we've still got a little bit further to go before we get there.
You know, to be honest, should already be killing demons. That's what we sought out to do, and so far all we've killed is one dragon and a bunch of infinitesimal shit that we ran into before down here. Right? Like, we're making this journey. We run into this goblin prick. You know, go on about this whole situation. Like, what are we doing with them? Helping us? Helping us?
Yes.
So we're letting this guy join us. right? The like
Well,
we're
what
awful
was the matter?
trusting to this
Listen,
guy when we've questioned everyone else, and everybody else just seems to be like, oh no, let's not kill him. Let's just talk it out. Kind of see where I'm a little frustrated.
Yes, I can understand that, but I've also gotten to the point where I know we're going to need as much help as we can possibly get. And if
Argyle's gonna
the
again
creatures
say we are
anything
looking
like
to build up an army here. We're looking to get people to join up in a cause, and we're trying to fight off against some demon lords.
So,
Help isn't always a bad thing.
so hold on, Argyle. The army that we brought down here, we left 30 days back to build a fortress. So if we're adding to the army, shouldn't we send the goblin to the fortress?
We are part of that army, though, still. So
Yes, but we're going
we
on a.
can send them back 30 days, or we can enlist the help to continue forwards. We're already down a guy right now, and he had a few guys. He left us a steel defender, but we're down Lithius and Cogsworth.
no, what we're down is a caster.
Been down a caster many times before.
I know, and we've always gotten another one at one point or another. We lost a caster, we get a caster. We lose a caster, we get another caster. I think this is one of those things where I've stopped questioning when the goddess puts something in front of me that can be used as a tool. I have enough friends. I need more tools.
All right, Helene. You think it'll be used? I won't have a problem. But if he insults
I
me
do like
one
the
more
fact that
time,
like he's got this thing that we can sleep in instead of having to like worry about the bugs. I'm not a big fan of the bugs, I will be
but
honest.
bugs are dinner.
Bugs can be dinner, yes. But in the meantime, if he insults you, yes, you can hit him.
Yeah.
And that includes, everybody else.
Just saying, the last two goblins that we had accompany us got ate by spiders. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to save him from a spider if he gets dragged off.
I mean, I don't think anybody's asking that of you.
Okay.
I will be sad to lose the griffin, though. It's very pretty.
So you guys have come to
You're
the
starting to get
conclusion-
the idea that Helena is very easily influenced by a really pretty mount, like a war steed or like a griffin, hippogriff,
just gonna say
anything like that.
griffin.
She's just like, all right, he can die. I'll keep the griffin, but it's a fate thing, so we need to keep him.
Look,
around
if he
so
insults you
perfect place.
again, you guys can hash it out. Have your first blood battle. He who draws first blood.
If he insults me again, I'll remove his head from his shoulder.
There's
The
always
caster. That means he can't really deal with me if I get up front to him and punch him, put my fist in his mouth where he can't speak to cast.
He's also very, very small, so
Exactly. Small man talking shit to me kind of makes me be like, all right, I'll whoop your ass and not care.
you know what it is like
Argyle's
to
just
be
gonna
like
let
the
Krez
biggest.
go on about this, knowing he can cast Levitate to pull Krez away at any time needed.
Okay, so I think in that case we let him roast up the quig off. Like we have like a meal and then maybe go back inside and then take some like watches just to make sure that we're not being like snuck up on or anything like that. And then she'll probably look at Argyle and say, if you talk into my head again without asking me first, I will punch you in the face.
Wait,
And then goes
Argyle
to set
talked
up
into your
a-
head? Do I need to
He was
cut him?
talking into your head too.
No, he wasn't. I wasn't there for
Like-
that.
Yeah, you were. We just did it. We all just did it.
I never spoke in my head. I was talking out loud.
Well, then you never caught that we were talking in your head.
Nope,
Krez is
not
just
a
hearing
clue.
You speak, but he's just talking out loud.
Yeah.
Not a
that
clue that
tracks.
goes on. I'm like Chris. He's just like, oh weird, their mouths aren't moving, but they're still talking. Cool,
Krez,
That
take
makes
a
that
point of
whole moment
inspiration for
so
that.
good.
nice.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
All right, so I'm gonna bring Lithius back then.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Or-
Argyle's
I
gonna
can't
look
call him
over to
Lithius
Helena though.
anymore. I call him
Argyle's gonna
Snag.
look over to Helena though and be like, "Why you got something to hide?" And retort to talking in your head.
No, I just don't like the sound of your voice. Thank you.
So you guys all come to this consensus that you've came to on your own, under around the fire, as Krez roasts up his famous Quagoth roast.
Nice.
Medium rare.
Mega steaks.
Yeah, Snags, you get the whiff of this as it wafts up to the top floor in your room, amidst all the other smells coming from that room.
Like a part of me likes it, but he's been a vegan for a long time or vegetarian for a long time.
Yeah, like you can tell, like you're like, oh man, that's roasted Quagoth. Ugh.
Yeah, his stomach definitely growled, but he fights that, and he's just like, you know, poor thing, as he takes
It
another puff.
happens.
I'm sorry. You created a goblin vegan?
It's hilarious.
Circle of life, but none for me, thanks.
I hope I hope that if anybody watches this video later, that they die on the floor laughing at a
That's pretty
goblin
fucking
vegan
funny.
because it's fucking hilarious. And there's like the bravo, sir, bravo.
Yeah, Krez sees smoke coming out of an arrow slit from the second story.
I see it. Are you sure?
Yeah, you all see it.
They
It
were
is a huge cloud.
Yeah,
At first, it makes you think like the building's on fire, but then it slowly stops, and you hear from like the top, just
He's got them goblin white boy dreads.
Argyle's
Stanks up
getting
for
to sniff
Chewy.
the air.
well, that went well. You hear?
You guys smell that?
Alright.
What-
I thought you didn't breathe, Argyle.
Yeah.
Shit, getting called out.
Oh, shit.
So, in just like the fairness of all of this, are we just dragging a sleeping Ulin along with Gary? Is that what's happening there?
Yeah,
Or is he
essentially, you guys went and grabbed like Krez went into Ulin's room, realized he was for some reason still sleeping, and without
off the-
approval, just kind of fireman carried him out of the room and rope
Stepped in.
tied him to the back of Gary. Gary
So,
is pretty much
like-
backpacking him.
Ulin is in a baby Bjorn on the back of Gary, the steel defender. Gotcha.
Too much reading tuckered the little fella out.
Krez even, for some reason, took some cloth that he had and wrapped on a diaper on Ulin.
Oh man, I need to clip that and put that on TikTok. Rez put in a diaper. Wonderful.
All right.
So you guys get your long rest,
Yay.
and the following day, you all gather together. Do you tell? Fuck, I already forgot his name.
Eggs.
Snags.
Do you tell Snags of your directions and heading? Is he coming with you?
I'm not saying shit to that little piece of shit right now.
I don't think he'll like. I feel
Not
like
that Chris
it's
is
one
smart
of those
enough
he
to know
just sort
which
of, like,
direction he's going. Oh.
follows, you know.
Okay,
If
so
I'm
you guys
going,
are
I
kind of
need to know
like,
now.
Wait, did you just insinuate that Snags is now Gollum?
No.
No, it's more of like a.
Like he just follows
Like
behind?
we've got this like weird puppy goblin that we like.
So
You know,
Gollum.
like that street dog that you picked up in Puerto Rico, and now you gotta like get it all its shots and like bring it back.
oh,
He's playing a light tune on his obviously bone pipes. Not
Just
So
like
he's vegan, but he likes bone.
Oh no, I had an actual one, but I broke it on accident. Fell on it, if you will.
You-
Anyway, so these are bat bones. This is a bat pipes, not bird pipes. Bad. bagpipes.
I'm just gonna constantly offer him some Quagoth steaks that I've been gnawing on the whole morning. What, you want a steak?
I will say it smells delicious, but I made my
Quick out
choice.
jerky.
I made my choice.
You did.
So no Quagoth steak, more for me.
Okay. And then so yeah, they'll start heading along the path, and then looking at the maps and like knowing where they're going. Probably doing some practice work on the way there. She's gonna pick
The fuck?
like try and figure out like who knows the most about tactics for taking.
Oh, what a face!
So where are we going? Maybe I can help.
Yeah.
We're going that way. Chris points like 3 different directions.
Oh, I see. You don't know. Hmm.
Left with his right, right with his left, and forwards with his.
The
Well,
reason
Exactly.
And one of those
reason I-
directions was up.
Fair enough. I have teleportation circle. If you give me a specific direction, maybe I know an end location for us closer to where we're going. Maybe shave some days off.
It's a tower.
Who knows?
I can.
Argyle's one eyebrow is gonna raise as he glances over towards Helena.
She just looks blankly back at you. She does not know what you are incinerating with that, or insinuating with that.
Don't we have like a 12-day travel we have to do?
Yeah, it's only 12 days. Better than 60.
Well, now it's 11.
Oh, okay. And wait, we have a 60-day. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, the other way
It
would have been
was
60.
yeah. So,
Okay.
she'll sort of like does he tell the story about dropping the thing on the dragon again?
Oh, sure, I love to tell my tales. Okay, so there I
So-
was. I'm sorry, what?
She'll
Go
say,
ahead.
"Was this recent?"
Let me think. That was maybe close to a year ago. Mhm.
And do you remember what kind of dragon it was that you dropped the fortress on?
Oh, it was most definitely an angry one, my dear.
Do you remember
Very
the color?
angry. It was pretty dark, and as I've always already said, I'm a slight tad tinge of colorblind, so could have been blue, could have been purple, could have been red.
Okay. The only reason I ask is there's a couple of dragons that we need to kill, and I was hoping that maybe you had taken one out already, but it sounds like you did not.
Oh. Nope.
Do you remember where it was that you did this?
Closer to my home.
And that's over by the Dra
Above
city.
board, we haven't like marked the exact location, but yeah, their clans escaped from Menzoberranzan and the local drow areas there. And so they
And
traveled.
Menzoberranzan is where the rift opened.
Yes.
Okay.
It created a lot of havoc, so it allowed a lot of slaves to escape. So they
Yeah, we like-
escaped. So he may even have seen Araj, because they traveled straight towards the vast oblivion,
Okay.
and then southish.
Gotcha.
Some plans went north. Anyway, so
Alright.
so
I
he
don't
may
really
know.
have much like going on for the travel portion. Just being like, okay, now we're walking.
You guys are walking. You guys have gotten a lot of information from each other.
Mm.
We're walking and walking and walking, walking.
So, this is
Would
the
you-
best part because this is what makes this path so special. You get what you feel like you've been walking uphill for like 4 hours.
uphill and uphill and uphill.
Both ways.
And how tall is everybody? Let's get a little round off here. Who do you think is the tallest of all of you? Probably, I would assume Krez, but I don't want to assume.
I'm 5'10".
He's
Yeah,
5'11".
My griffin is a large monstrosity, though.
Okay, so if
Don't
you're
tell
on
her
your
that.
griffin, you'd probably see it first. You see as you crest the top of this hill, the other side is as smooth as steel. The other side is as smooth as the way down this hill. It goes down at like a 60-degree angle.
Slide.
This slide, per se, yeah, it looks like the base is made out of smooth steel. It almost looks oiled.
Hey, everybody, let's stop right now for just a second, please. Eyes on me.
1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
Just up over this hill is a slippy slide. And if you're not careful, you're going to go on a tumble. You may not like it.
Argyle, who's just been floating on his board, is just going to keep putting along, look over at the hill.
Yeah, this thing is deep. Even with, you have like what, 300 foot of dark vision?
Yeah.
You can see that for that 300 foot, it is a consistent 60-degree slide down.
I'm gonna look back. He's not joking.
Not joking?
Nope.
Oh, I never joke. Just kidding, that was a joke. But no, this is real.
Cool. So before anybody can stop me, I'm gonna say Geronimo and start sliding down.
Oh God. Okay.
Argyle's gonna definitely follow suit and like use the physics with his board and do like a backflip while flipping the group off. So like doing a rotation with the board and then flying down the hill behind Krez.
Are you like on the board?
Yeah, I've been laying down on the board on my back the whole time, so it like rotates around. So I'm like laying with my hands just kind of like up and forwards, flipping them off as I go down, having fun.
Okay, so you give them all the bird as you start sliding down. Yeah, you see quickly snags Krez and Argyle catch speed and quickly disappear in the darkness.
Oh my.
You hear Krez go, I'm still falling!
Argyle's gonna yell, Krez, look out for that!
Aww. So just for mechanics wise, just so you all know, they are traveling equivalent to like 800 feet a second. They are hauling ass down this thing.
Oh my.
You guys are sliding. You guys are just catching so much air. Like
I'm gonna ready my reaction to catch. So when I see the ground, because I'm gonna see it way before Krez does, I'm gonna be ready to cast levitate on him so he doesn't hit the ground.
So
but I want it to be like an inch before he hits the ground, just so like last second save.
So you guys slide, and I'm gonna only do this for 30 seconds for now, but for 30 full seconds, you even looking ahead, you still don't see the bottom. All you see is slide.
Knowing that, can I like lean forward to like catch up to Krez in speed at all? Like make myself more aerodynamic?
I'll say that you can like suck in a little bit and catch a little bit more speed, at least to make it closer.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Seconds, but
I have to ask
there's
this.
There's no end in sight yet, bud.
I have to ask this. He's still on his flying board coming down, right?
No, he deactivated the flying. He's sliding on the board.
Yeah, so like I rotated the board and like flipped them off as I like rolled off, and I've been sliding down behind you.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, like, he's gonna try and catch up to me. Good luck.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
No. That would be cool though if I like deactivated, just like, I wish I could play with just sliding the board down, just surfing on the slide.
So yeah, cutting back up to the top of this hill, everybody else, Hill and I.
She's just like rubbing her eyes, like what?
Looking down there. He's like, "Oh, I forgot I have Featherfall. Oh," and he's just got like one finger in his mouth. Oh, I hope they're okay.
You also have a Griffin that has wings. Just
Oh
going to
yes,
throw
do you
that
need a
out there.
ride? Do
Oh
you
yeah,
need a
Chris
ride?
does have
No.
wings.
No, Lithius has wings. Krez doesn't have wings.
I don't have no
Oh.
wings.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, I'm still ready for levitate then.
she's gonna just hop up on the broom of flight that Lithius gave her,
Oh, excellent. Splendid. And he
and
takes off.
she just sort of looks at Hab and goes, "Do you think they're going to break something before they hit the bottom?" And then just starts following. But she's gonna go a little bit slower so she can get a better idea of why there is a massive oiled steel, what looks like a dome, basically, on this side of the hill. Like, why? Is it like a helmet? Is it an old creature? Is it a statue? What are we looking at here?
What do you mean?
There's a massive metal sheet.
Slide.
Yeah, but why? Like, where did it come from? Why is it there?
You'll have to find that out, I guess, huh?
That's what she's looking at. She's trying to figure out where it came from and what it is.
Give
And-
Like,
me
is it-
actually give me a perception check really quick. I know your
13.
your passive is a little bit higher, but I want
Yeah, my
you to
passive
roll
is
for it.
a 20, but this is a 12.
So you actually do see a marking on this. It is in a language that doesn't seem familiar to you, though.
Okay.
It says you're gonna die.
Hmm.
He calls over his shoulder. I'll let him know when I get there to move over for your Gary thing. And he flies down.
Oh, Gary's gonna have to slide down too.
I'll
Yeah,
tell him
How
How
to
much
look
does
out.
Gary weigh?
Oh, he's
Gary weighs
freaking
like-
big.
Gary weighs like 1,000 pounds, probably
He weighs
more.
a lot.
I should probably get him in my extras at some point so that I know all of this stuff about him. All right. This is very exciting.
So do you command Gary to go down?
Now, is it like the full, like, is it like a slide or is the entire hillside metal?
You should
It's
ride
like
Gary down.
you've been climbing up a hill, like you know that you've been slanting upward in this tunnel, and then as soon as you got to the top of this tunnel, it crested over like on the other side of a hill, and the other side of this hill, quote unquote hill, is just all smooth ramp.
Okay.
That's oiled.
He could totally grab you with his big ass arms and hold on to you and let you slide on him. It would be so awesome.
Well, it's one of those, like, I'm trying to see, like, how much the broom of flying can carry.
It's not going to be enough to carry
No.
him. It's not
It's
at all.
like 500 pounds, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used all
400.
five. We used all 5 flying apparatus last time.
All right. Well, then.
So as you're sitting thinking of this, Gary has sat down already, and his legs hanging over the side, and he's already like motioned over to you, and is like patting his lap.
She's on the broom of flying. She's like, no, please help yourself. I will meet you down there. Because going down a metal slide into nothingness in plate armor seems not fun.
Yeah, he starts sliding down with Ulan on the back. Ulan's face is just barely hitting, like, away from hitting the metal as he slides. And then, like, shortly after this defender starts sliding down, you start to see showers of sparks coming off his ass as he's sliding.
Nice.
I'm picturing like Ulan all like loose jawed, flapping like cheeks in the wind, drool flying back.
Like a dog with its head out the window.
Yeah, with drool flying back. Sparks and drool.
Nice. But yeah, so she will follow more sedately behind. Just
Okay, so
No
here's
weather
what's going to
there.
happen. So whoever is sliding, you guys are sliding at like a ludicrous speed. Essentially, I think also, I forgot to ask.
Speed too
Have
slow.
waters.
Let's go to
Have
ludicrous.
waters.
Yes. How am I getting down there?
That's a good question. I was just about to ask you. Everybody has gone, and you're now standing at the top
You're
of
just
this.
you're just now speaking up.
Yeah. I'm listening to this guy go down the hill face first. I'm like, oh, this is a bad idea. Right? So let's see. Is there a way to climb down? First off,
There is not. As
There
soon
is
as you get over the top, you can't see any other tunnels or anything. It's just smooth ramp all the way down into the dark.
I pull out my shield. Right. Close my helmet visor. Right. Get on my shield and bobsled that fucker down.
You are God. I swear to God, I was just about to say, is he gonna Clark Griswold this shit? So yeah,
Probably.
he goes sailing off. You immediately, as soon as you catch speed, you spin around so your back is facing like to the unknown, and it is a terrifying experience as you slide backwards into the dark.
Helena is like, you could have just asked as you go sliding past.
So this is where it gets a little bit fun. So
It's a lot of fun to watch this happen. Thank you.
So whoever is sliding, that is not sliding on something, an object, I want you all to make a Constitution save.
If you don't know
Right, fine, but this is not to hit the ground. This is because you guys have been sliding for straight up 4 hours now, and your ass is starting to get sore.
I rolled
I was on my
18.
feet, but
But yeah, this is for Krez because Krez is not. He's just straight up belly dogging it.
okay, wait. Should I make like a dexterity save then or something?
No, you're on your board.
Okay.
18 for me.
Okay, so
Is he
yeah,
on the board?
that's what he said.
I just slid down. Dive first in.
Yeah, so as I understand it, Krez just dove on. Argyle turned around on his board, gave you all the middle finger, and then deactivated the flying ability and started sliding down the hill on his board, luge style.
Okay.
Yeah. I did get confused and thought that you only wanted me on my feet, but I did want to slide on my board, so yeah.
And then Snags is going down flying on his hippogriff, or not hippogriff, griffin. Or are you sliding?
Oh no, we're flying.
Okay, so you guys are at a very, very slower pace than these guys are going.
We just
These
hear
guys
them.
are crazy. These guys are
Yeah.
crazy, Rags. Do you think they'll live?
Yes, they're too stupid to die.
So, Krez, you're going to take just a little bit of damage. Let me just roll the dice really quick.
Here. 187 points of slide damage.
I rolled 1d12 and rolled 7,000 damage. How does that happen?
Skillfully.
Talent.
You're going to take... Come on. Where are my d6s? Yeah, so as you roll, you're going to take 3 abrasive damage as your ass is starting to get really hot sliding on this metal.
I'll roll myself over to land up to be sliding down on my stomach.
Fair enough. So you guys, you slide, and I'm not kidding, you slide for a total of 3 days.
Oh my god.
I've fallen asleep at this
On
point.
his board, on his back, with his fingers laced, just on his chest. Krez, do you think this is gonna end any day soon? Not time, but day.
Snags is thinking that he has horrible luck that the very first time he joined the group, this craziness happened. It's all
Argyle's
my
gonna keep
fault.
giving his daily reports about if he sees anything. He's just gonna keep yelling out, "No crowd in sight yet!"
Finally, at the end of the 3 days, you start to feel the pitch of your descent change, and you start to somehow slow down. Like you're not feeling any abrasion on the ground, like it's still smooth steel. But you start to feel yourself somehow break, like gravity is pushing against you.
Seriously, is this just us because we're going at Mach speeds and they're not?
This is just you guys.
Okay.
Yep.
The rest of the party that didn't slide is like a day and a half behind.
I wouldn't even
Nice.
hear it. I wouldn't even know this, and I'd be yelling, and I don't even know if they could hear me. So I'm just yelling out the whole time for no reason.
So it's like essentially the party members that slid got an extra day ahead.
That's fine.
So essentially, it takes you 3 days. You guys sliding, getting down there 4 days for the rest. Eventually, at the end of that fourth day, you guys see the bottom of this. And what do you think Argyle and Krez are doing in this time? Shortly after you guys came down, you also found out that the Steel Guardian is behind you with a sleeping Ulan still attached to his back. His face smoky from the ashes and burning and heat that was coming up from the Steel Guardian's ass.
I'd be asleep at this point if there's like nothing else going on for no reason, because like I got bored on the slide down.
So yeah, I bet you just came to a stop asleep, realized you stopped, and went, oh, okay, at least I'm not.
Oh,
I'd have been like periodically like taking a nap here and there, keeping an eye out with as far vision as I can, and then I'd probably have gotten bored too and be playing the knife game with my hand and dagger on the board.
All right.
Not like stabbing into the board to be clear, but just like tapping away really quick, laying there on my
Okay.
stomach, looking down forwards, looking ahead.
Okay, do a dex check.
All right, dex check. That's gonna be a 9.
Yeah, you stab your hand once.
I thought as much.
So you're going to take 1 piercing damage.
Hey, do you want to wait on the damage? Because I'm gonna keep going 3 more times.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so dex. That's gonna be an 18. And then
Okay,
there's
so you
gonna
keep
be
it going.
a 9 again, and then a 22 afterwards. So that's gonna be 2 damage.
Nope, it's going to be 5.
No, sorry, I mean like 2 damages.
Yeah, so total 5.
All right.
Your
So
hand
as
is
the
now
ground comes
bleeding.
up, once I see it, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Kreds, wake up!"
So yeah, about the last time, you start to see Helena, Argyle sitting on his board, and it seems like he's sucking on his finger after he has stabbed it.
But you
it's
get bit
just
by
like
an
his
ant?
Typical.
Yeah, I'll just be like sitting there sucking the blood off it. I'll see Helena, I'll be like, and then I'll see the ground and be like,
I need lay on hands.
She probably saw the ground before this. She was paying attention.
All right.
So
Do I arrive
What the
at the same
fuck?
time?
What the fuck?
so is this just like an open space? Or is it like a narrow, like low cavern curve? Like what are we talking
So,
about here?
where you guys
Is
are
it
at
like
the end?
an open field?
So where
we
you guys
can
are
see
at the end of this, the ramp itself is 20 feet wide, and as you guys get to the end, it goes for like another 20 feet and narrows into a normal 10 by 10 tunnel, which emblazoned over the top of it, you see some glowing letters that you don't recognize, but as you look at them, they start to rearrange themselves to a language that you do understand, and it says, "Thank you for riding Vizeran's wild ride."
Okay.
They collect your photos at the end of the trip.
Yeah, there's actually a stand with photos that have generated. There's a picture of Krez sleeping on his stomach, sliding down the ramp.
Honk shoo, honk shoo.
And you also get a picture of the Steel Defender. He's given somehow found the camera and gave it the finger.
Oh, well,
Okay. Damn it, Gary. Be nice.
He shrugs. So yeah,
Can't
this
see
is
anything way up ahead.
up ahead. You see twisting dark tunnels.
Trying to see like basically like how far it goes. Like it's darker than dark down there, right?
It's darker than dark, but you have dark vision up to a
No,
distance.
I was just making sure. Yeah, I was just curious if I was able to see further than everyone else. I was just gonna kind of like let people know whatever's out of range, like what's going on ahead of their view.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so that was a fun little adventure.
That was
You
fun.
guys are now 5 days into your adventure. The next 7 days go by so quickly, almost too quickly. You feel this whole
Okay.
trek.
I'll learn the spirit bomb off screen.
Use what?
I said I conveniently learned the spirit bomb off screen. Just
Oh
making
yeah,
a joke.
convenient.
Helena,
And-
you get a message spell in your head along the journey. Is this
Mhm.
the standard operating procedure of this group?
Yes.
Just oh, I see. Oh, fair enough. I should have checked more before joining. All right, let's
Don't
go.
worry.
So
There's a plan.
Fair
The
And
plan
I
is
can't hear
fine.
that, but all I thought was operating procedure.
Sorry for interrupting your thoughts.
Yeah, she's just been communing because she
So-
knows the Raven Queen and Lolth have like an interesting history.
So you guys enter another part of this tunnel on the 12th day, and you're following the directions on this map, and you turn a corner, and it is very strange because this is the first 90-degree corner that you've found in this entire Underdark,
Well, that's strange.
and it ends in a dead end.
Hmm. I bet there's something secret here.
It seems entirely possible, yes.
This is going to be a perfect time for me to ask a question above table here. Did one of you guys give me this wand of secrets that I'm holding?
What?
That was
Everyone's-
I think that was me.
I was going to say, I was going through my inventory. I can't remember, but I thought someone might have given it to me.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, perfect. So I can use it then. That being said, when Snake says that, I'm gonna I'm gonna pull out the wand of secrets there, and I'm going to use a charge of it to find a secret door or a trap within 30 feet.
Okay, so you use the wand of secrets, and this wall at the end of the passageway, it blinks twice, and then alerts it, essentially alerting you that this is a door of some sort. As you do that, though, above this wall doorway that flashed, you see these soft purple lights spelled in cursive start unraveling themselves like embers in a fire, and it spells out the word Araj.
Nice.
Guys, I think we're here.
What gave you that impression?
Couldn't tell you. Thanks for the
Is this
wand, though.
place we're going to then?
Really came in handy.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing for a thief.
Do you think this could be a trap?
It seems like it would possibly be a trap, yes.
Well,
then
if it
she
is a
looks-
trap, then the
she
wand would have
looks-
activated.
At the thief and goes, "Would you like to open the door, please?"
Give me one quick second there. Trying to do the secret door. Also points to the one nearest you. The wand regains. Oh, it just points to. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to cautiously go and check that and open the door. I'm gonna feel if I see any traps or feel any traps.
As you touch the door, you feel very familiar feeling, something reaching out into your mind, kind of like you do to others. And it says, present the password or your invitation to enter. Trespassers beware.
I'm gonna look back. Do we have a password or invitation?
We have a
The
map.
map.
One certainly hopes so.
I'm gonna present it with the map.
Yeah, you walk up. As soon as the map starts to get closer to the door, you hear
Sorry, guys.
ka-chink, and the doors swing inward.
Argyle's gonna look back in like astonishment at the group.
You opened the door. Very good.
Snags is giving you the double thumbs up, slightly wiggling, big eyes, and a
So,
very
yeah.
sharp tooth.
So the passage behind this door is about narrow enough that you guys can move single file, occasionally having to turn sideways to get through. Gary takes a lot of effort to get to where he's at, and he eventually starts to get stuck in a cavern.
Can
And
I
you
have
start,
my griffin push it from behind?
yeah, it
Can
just
you make
wedges
it
it in tighter.
smaller?
Oh, jeez. Now look what you've done, Rags.
She'll look at the little goblin and be like, "Can you make him smaller for a
Oh.
little bit?"
Yes, actually. I did actually get enlarge reduce.
Nice.
Oh, here you
No
go.
way.
And I just tap him on his giant automaton hand and cast reduce on him.
Okay, so yeah, now he's about medium size and able to turn sideways, but still, then you realize that.
Ooh, and it's just
Yeah.
dragging along behind, like, just
Oh, dear.
Well, now it's like a grown man tied to the back of a grown man's. So
which is
What's
hilarious.
wrong with your friend?
He's very
creeping me
tired.
out. Oh, well, he can go on Rags if you want.
yeah, because
I
you
won't
can
let him
see that
fall.
Rags is not going to be able to make it through this tunnel either.
Oh,
Ew.
well. I will miss you. And he blinks out of existence.
Just for a little while.
Bag just disappeared.
Well, I guess I have to walk. And he starts walking.
So yeah, you eventually make it through this twisty, small tunnel. It takes about an hour to navigate it. And as you're going through this, you are constantly hearing an echo of distant sounds. Eventually, the passage widens out, opening into a cavern whose far walls and ceiling are out of sight in the darkness. Bits of quartz and mica in the stone glimmer as they catch in the light, showing a footpath worn into the stone floor. At the end of that path, a vast dark shape arises, an enormous stalagmite carved into a bleak black tower, which I've provided a picture of.
Yay! Is it a map or a picture?
That is a picture on Discord.
Gotcha.
Oh, I like that. Pitching.
Purdy.
Can I'm gonna look back at the group and suggest that maybe I'll telepathically connect and go search up ahead, make sure everything's all clear before everyone comes forward.
What do you mean by that? You can,
Big opening passage. Wait, what is this?
you can
It's,
communicate.
it's not a
telepathically?
passage. It's a building. Of sorts.
Yeah, why don't
the
you go ahead and
there. I just wasn't sure if there was anything lurking in there. Never mind.
go ahead and search forward and tell Hab whether you find anything.
Yeah, go check through the windows.
I'm just gonna go like step off into the dark and go run up ahead there, check to see if I see anything.
Okay, so you like the only place you can really get to as of right now, because there's not a lot of windows at the bottom level. There's a door that has a torch that is lit, so you can all see this door in the distance. Do you just go up to the door to inspect it, or what else are you trying to do? Explain to me.
Well, I just thought with the expanse of the cavern area there that there might have been something. Never mind then.
No, go ahead. What are you trying to do?
I was just
Where
looking to see if there was any danger
specifically?
or traps or anything ahead there, just because like we were cautious about the door, so I was looking to see if there were any traps or any
So check for
like
traps.
dangers looking ahead.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Can I back
All
you up
right.
real quick and say something?
Sure.
You said it took us an hour to get through that really tiny area.
Yes.
So enlarge reduce lasts up to 1 minute. So it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah, he
So,
starts to get through, and he gets to about that part where he was getting stuck before, and he very rapidly expands, almost crushing Ulan in the process.
Great.
Oh man.
Earthquake!
Okay, does anybody have some sort of bag? Like a something that we could put him in?
You'd have to make him extra small before he'll fit into the bag, yes?
Hmm. Well,
Actually,
that probably
hang
won't
on.
work.
She says, wait a moment. I might actually have a use for this now. Been holding onto this stupid fucking thing forever. She's gonna pull out the robe of useful items and then grab the on the robe of useful items is a portable hole.
Oh, nice. Well, why didn't you say that in the first place?
So yeah, essentially
I've
you pull
never
out.
had to use it before, so
Just kidding. I'm glad you remembered it. Well done. Let's take care of this thing.
Yeah, so essentially you pull out this robe that has all these patches on it, and you find a
pull
patch
up
on it that has the hole, and you rip it off, and it becomes that in your hand.
and so I'm gonna have to back him out and then put the hole down on the floor because it's gotta have 10 feet, and then just put him in the hole and then fold it up. Ulan can't be in the hole. Ulan has to do. We wake him up and like smack him and throw some water in his face, and
What do you want? Why am I wearing a diaper?
it was a very necessary thing. You've been asleep for 4
You
days.
didn't even change it. It's
Um,
full of shit.
Get shithead.
Hi, I'm Snags.
it's, ah!
It's a pleasure.
Um,
Argyle says, "Sorry, I couldn't smell anything."
but yeah, so folds up the portable hole and like puts it back, like just sort of like tosses it over her shoulder, and then starts walking.
And I prestidigitation and clean up Ulan.
Yeah, that's fine. You can totally do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Smell
glad
better
to
with the
have.
shit.
Okay, so now we've caught back up. You guys are at Araj. Argyle, you're looking for traps. You are making an investigation check.
Right. That's a 16.
So the only thing you find, you keep finding the same thing. You find essentially some kind of circle in chalk. Like as you're walking towards the tower, you see this tiny little chalk circle drawn on a rock. It looks like the rock was also flipped over to possibly make you not be able to see that, but it's kind of standing out to you. As you get closer, you see another one. You don't really know what they are, but it's kind of weird that you keep seeing this.
Okay. And that's the only thing I noticed?
So far, yeah.
I step on one of them.
Alright. I'm gonna go back to the group and tell them about the weird circles on all these rocks. I didn't quite make it to the door there, but there's a bunch of rocks along the pathway. There's some circles on them. Seems like it's done on with chalk.
Is there one of those close enough to me that I could step on to see what happens?
Oh yeah, actually, it's not even 15 feet away from where you guys are standing.
You mean this thing and I step on it?
Step back. Step back.
You step on it and nothing happens.
Is it small enough that I could pick it up?
Yeah, it's like a medium-sized rock, like maybe 25 pounds.
25 pounds? Okay, cool. I'm gonna chuck it I'm gonna pick it up off the ground and then chuck it as far as I can to the other side of the area.
Okay, so let's say it went like 180 feet.
Hmm.
And before it hits the ground, it stops. And just quick as a flash, just back to where you threw it. From where you threw it and picked it up. You hear from the distance, please, would you not mess with my things? You all see Vizerin standing at the doorway to the tower.
I grab the rock and throw it again.
It goes right back. It's just going to keep doing that.
It's cool. I throw it, it comes back. It's like playing fetch with myself.
Yeah, magic's pretty fun.
I was gonna grab a few and start juggling them.
Do
Okay.
not do that. Please do not do that.
Wait, you're gonna juggle 3 25-pound rocks?
Oh, they're 25 pounds. Never mind. Sorry. I missed that.
Yeah, these are. I was gonna say, I was about to make you do an athletics check.
That's funny. I would love to see somebody juggle 3 25-pound rocks.
Well, my friends, you decided to take me up on my offer after all, huh? It's good to see you here.
Who's this guy?
Wasn't there another one with you? And he kind of like pulls a little notepad out of his robes and
Snags looks
Lithius
behind
was
him.
his name? Where is this man at?
Oh no, you have it wrong. My name is Snags. Hi.
Hi. Who are you?
Snags. Keep up.
I heard that part, but I've never. You were. God damn it! My notes are all wrong now. All right, somebody fill me in. What's going on here? What happened to Lithius?
Lithius' family had an emergency.
It's very unfortunate, but here I am.
Well, I mean, you can't complain for having hands of help,
Oh, sure.
but it's
Small.
They are.
a trifle
No.
matter. Everybody,
I'm a clean.
Argyle's
brother.
gonna elbow Krez when he says that.
please,
Very
everyone,
clean.
come inside. Let's make some. Let us get something to eat. I'm sure you're tired from your travel. Did you did you like the slide?
I loved it.
It was a blast.
You guys trust this drow, do you?
Trust? No. No.
So you're just gonna walk right
Yes.
into his hands?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he posed no threat to us.
He's about as threatening as.
I see.
I'm gonna elbow
Lead
Krez
on.
again.
Lead on.
So you guys pass the heavy iron door that is the only visible entrance into the tower, and after a short tunnel that extends through about 5 feet of solid rock, you enter into a very cool and dark chamber. And as you enter, Vizerin kind of grabs this slightly dim violet orb out of the air and kind of just taps it on top and lets it float away gently as it lights up and reveals the surrounding room. The vaulted ceilings in this room and a spiral stone staircase with no railing climbing up into the darkness of the tower. Around the stairs, the lights reveal a circular audience chamber with cold unlit lanterns hanging from brackets set into the stone wall, heavy carpets covering the smooth stone floor, and a throne-like stone chair on a raised dais to the left of the entrance. The ball of light floats to a stop beneath the center of the open shaft, beyond the foot of the stairs. Then it hovers there, as if waiting for you.
I sit in the room.
Cozy.
Well, I mean, if you'll follow the ball of light, you'll meet me up in my tower. And Vizerin just, with a snap of his fingers, disappears. As he disappears, he turns into a flock of some kind of insects that just buzz around and disappear.
Did you know he could do that? Curiouser and curiouser.
A bunch of what? Birds?
They're like bugs.
Bugs. Okay. All right.
Like, essentially, he turned into a ball of gnats and disappeared.
That's
That spell's from Florida. I know that spell.
Don't make me spit coffee across my room.
He's a Florida man.
I'm gonna start following the
yeah.
ball of light.
So essentially, just to give you some features that you see throughout this tower. Outside, everything was pretty much dark around the tower, other than the entrance that was lit up a little bit. You can see out the window that some kind of drifting balls of light start floating by with a blue pale light occasionally flashing. And you also know, as you see in the middle, that there is a platform from this floor that has started to rise to the ceiling.
Like
It rises past you pretty fast. What'd you say?
Like we're supposed to rush and get on it?
That's up to you. It's just, all I'm saying is you're about 20 feet in the air and it's starting to come up as you're going up the stairs.
Will we have to make a roll to step onto it?
Depends. Do you want to just step on it?
It looks fun.
It's going pretty fast.
Talking about now.
Start racing it up the.
You're gonna race it up the stairs, Krez?
I'm gonna attempt to.
Okay, so give me an athletics check. Okay. What's everybody else doing as well?
How big are these steps?
I'm sorry, I ran to the washroom. What's exactly happening right now?
You guys are in the tower, following a ball of light up the stairs. The vision you saw Vizerin was actually some sort of projection that turned into a ball of bugs and disappeared after telling you to meet him at the top of the tower. Halfway up, or a little bit of the ways up the stairs, this platform in the middle of the room started to rise upward. And now Krez is deciding to race it.
I'm gonna race with Krez.
Okay, make me
I don't care about the ball of light.
Get a lot athletics. Got it.
What's everybody else doing? They just gonna watch this or what?
Watch
I
these
have
two
middle
crazy
names.
people, right? It's like
Middle
watching a
names.
frat fraternity brothers.
That's a 12.
Okay, so Krez, you're used to working out like this. You're keeping a pretty decent pace. It's not gaining a lot of ground on you, but it is definitely just a little bit faster than you. Argyle, you, however, are not very athletic.
Before he gets to the
You-
top, I'm gonna use my blink dagger, throw it up there, and teleport to it.
That's the thing. You get like 12 steps up and you accidentally trip over one of the steps and you fall forward on your knees. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as both your kneecaps hit the corner of the step as you fall.
Snag
takes
looks
you-
at everybody else here and says, "Well, smarter, not harder." And he casts.
I'm gonna
his,
sit on the
Find
ground.
Greater Steed, but he summons the other one this time, the saber-tooth tiger guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit on the
Right
ground
there.
after I fall and go.
That's what I was waiting for.
Okay, I'm done. That's long enough.
Okay, so as you guys are going up, it's slowly but surely getting tighter and tighter corners. The second level that you can see that you get off looks kind of like, from a glance, it looks like there may be a kitchen and some sitting areas for people to eat. It almost looks like this would be where servants would be housed, as well as other storage for the foods and other things that might be needed here. You get up to about the third level, and you see a lot of open doors, open to what look like bed chambers. And very clearly in the center of all of these, you can also see a separate caged area which have hanging skeletons from manacles and chains. They look like they've been dead for a very long time. But this is very clearly what you see as a torture chamber. Level 4, as you go up, you see a small library.
Can we tell
And
what
when
races they are? Sorry.
Oh, from the bones?
Yeah.
Give me a medicine check.
It's a 15.
A 15. So you can tell from the thinness of these bones that some of them are elven. You can tell that some of these are human. You can tell that a couple of these, you don't even know if they're from this plane. But by what you can tell, they are definitely not humanoid.
Gotcha.
At level 4, you guys are seeing what looks like Vizarin's personal library and lab, where he works on all of his other machinations and hobbies and other things he works on.
I'm gonna go slip off into there quickly and look around.
Okay, do the rest of you keep going?
Going
I'm
to.
just keeping an eye out for a teleportation circle that I can scope out.
So is Argyle being stealthy when he's sneaking off, or is he just like wandering like a kid with ADHD?
Yeah.
Kind of both. Inquisitive about it because ADHD, and then also like stealthy inquiry of like what could be in here.
All right, so since you
Mm.
said that, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah.
Be right back.
27.
Yeah. You guys are going up the stairs, and about the time you get halfway to the next level, you realize by looking over the side of the stairs that Argyle is off in the library. You see just like the tail of his coat whipping the wind as he goes out of sight.
Don't steal anything, because if they kill you, we're not saving you.
No promises.
All right, so you guys continue on. You get to level 5, and this is a very small amount of the stairs. There is only one room here, and you can't see inside it. There is a door that is shut. The stairs continue to lead up through a hatch that leads to the roof of this place, where it eventually takes you to a smaller room that has a sign on the door. It says, "Knock, please."
I'll like kick it in. Just kick the door.
Yeah, we're like knocking by kicking.
Okay, so you're like kick knocking the door. Okay, so
back. Let the door kick him back.
you do what you need to do to knock on the door, and a couple seconds go by, and the door opens, and Vizarin is. Oh, hello. It's finally you guys got here. Come on in. Welcome. This is my private study. You're more than welcome. Wait a minute. And he counts. Says, wait, there's one of you missing.
Correct. You're very good at counting.
He points at Snags and says, "You're supposed to be a tiefling."
Oh, I'm so sorry to disappoint.
I thought you'd already been through all of this with the other you downstairs that turned into bugs.
Oh, hold on a second. And he kind of like he closes his eyes for a second and opens them again, and they're palish blue. You can't even see the pupils. And then closes his eyes again. And he goes, "Okay, yep, I got my cloud data. Yep, I understand now. I understand completely." But I do have a question. Why is your roguish friend in my library? And at that point, we're going to cut to Argyle. What are you looking for in this library?
I'm gonna investigate around to see if there's anything interesting as a cleric there. Just kind of like any history knowledge, magic kind of things that I could learn. I'm gonna also just kind of look around to see if there's anything pertaining to what we need to know, and just general anything interesting
Okay, so give me
that my guy
a
would want it as Argyle or find it interesting as Argyle.
perception check, would you?
21.
21. Okay. So you're looking around this library, and every once in a while you're noticing that some of these books are moving around on their own. Like it's almost like they're organizing themselves.
I'm gonna move a book out of order.
And like a couple minutes later, it comes out of its spot where you put it, and it goes back to where it was belonging.
I'm gonna say Demi Bluben.
A small book comes from another shelf, and it lands in your hands.
I'm gonna be amazed that that worked. I'm gonna look at that book and say, "Awesome." I'm gonna say, "Boom." Just leave it at that.
You're gonna say what?
Tome.
All of the books start to come out of the
Oh,
shelf
sorry.
and start flying towards you.
Shit. Okay. That'll be enough. Go back. Go back. Go back.
They all go back.
I'm gonna take that book with me, and I'm gonna head upstairs while flipping through it, look for any more information on anything I might need towards taking
And
this
as
thing
you're-
out.
And as you're heading towards the stairs, you're met at the entrance to this level by what looks like another drow. It's a younger woman, and she looks at you with surprise and says, "Oh, I didn't know Vizerin had visitors."
Oh, hello there. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just on my way up there to go see him.
Oh, don't.
Who are you?
Yes. My name is Grin Ustil of House Ustil.
Pleasure to meet you, Grin. Who's still of House Who's still? I'm Argyle.
Oh, yes, you're one of those adventurers. He's been very interested in you. He even took a trip to Graven Hollow to even find more information.
On us.
Yes, you're, how do they say, a very hot topic.
Well. Yes, go on.
I mean, yes, you'll be very pleased to hear and share stories with Vizerin, and it is very nice here. Hopefully, he can figure out a way to clear up the things in Menzoberranzan so I can finally go home.
What do you mean go home?
Well, Vizerin is my master. He teaches me magic. I chose to leave with him when he was outlawed and excommunicated from the matron mothers in the Society of Menzoberranzan.
What was that for?
For standing up to them. He showed the proof that the demon prince of Webs, Lolth, is not not an entity to be trusted, and they stripped him of his title and cast him out of Menzoberranzan.
Thought Lost
Okay, I was
was a
gonna put his
girl.
finger up and just be like, 1 second. Look back in the library and say, what was it? Demon Lord of Webs, Lolf?
And 2 books fly from the shelves to your hands.
I'm gonna take those out of the other book and say, thank you. Continue.
Oh, just so you know, don't forget to return those books.
I'm gonna look at them. They don't just return themselves. I assumed they would eventually just go back.
If you tell them to, yes, but only here. If you just know, Vizerin does not take thieves into consideration at all.
Oh, I'm not taking it. I'm not a thief, but he wants us to take on some things there. I need some knowledge. That's all there is to this. But I will just keep in mind to return it when I'm done. Thank you.
Yes, and have a safe trip. Hopefully, you learn what you need to learn. And at that point, we'll cut back to the upstairs.
I
You guys are
about to spit off and head upstairs too. So
so you guys are all sitting with Vizerin in his small little study. There's enough chairs for all of you to sit. And he would you like something to drink, something to eat? And he kind of like golf claps his hands, and a tray from the corner of the room starts preparing some sort of mushroom roasted over fire and some other drink that you can smell is very fragrant.
Snags likes meat.
Oh, he does he? You're a funny one.
Yes, anything you all need just to be comfortable. I will tell you anything and everything that I know and everything you need to know. But hear me out first. This overrunning of demon lords, we need to agree on that. This is our first and foremost our priority to take care of this. Right?
Indeed. For me, anyway.
She's just watching.
So essentially, as he's waiting, you guys are all served trays of dried mushrooms and smoked meats and goblets of this spicy smelling liquor.
She takes all of the mushrooms off the plate and just sort of like moves them aside. It's like, no, thank you.
Snags loves
had enough of those.
Yeah.
He eats them.
Yeah, you watch enough of your friends' heads split open and sprout mushrooms, you don't want to eat them anymore down here.
Slugs was a delicacy where I come from, and they taste the same.
Argyle's gonna
like
come in at
snack?
this moment and say, "Yeah, after that guy spat in my mouth, I never want to look at another mushroom again."
You liked it.
Just a
You
little.
let some
I'm gonna
spit
sit
in your
down.
mouth?
So
So
let's get to a. Yes, we know. Guy came here. Bit about summoning them all here, kill them all at once. Enlighten us, or I lose my.
So
That's where we'll pick up next.
So the one thing that Gromf and I only ever had in common was two things: our passion for the arts and our hatred of the manner in which our fellow mages suffered at the hands of the matron mothers of the Drow. I know Gromf has always hungered for power, and not even becoming Archmage of Menzoberranzan was enough to satisfy him. Since I've been exiled in this tower, I've kept watch on his activities. It is no easy task given his suspicion and circumspect nature. Nonetheless, my observations revealed that he was crafting a unique ritual, and that everything that we've gathered is true. What we need to do now is act. What I think we should do is make an item which is known and he kind of trails off for a second. He refers back to his notes. I apologize. I'm very unorganized. This is also exciting. And he refers back to his notes. Demons are creatures ruled by madness and hatred, even the greatest and most powerful among them. They war ceaselessly with each other among the abyss. They've already begun to do so here. We can play them against each other, and then deal with the weakened victors. I believe that I have the ability to devise and cast a ritual similar to Gromf's, but nowhere near as dangerous and foolish, that will draw the most powerful demon lords together to the site of the original summoning. Once they're brought together, they will try to destroy each other. But though the demon lords might destroy each other's physical manifestations here in our world, like you read about, their essence cannot be extinguished. They will thus be cast back into the abyss as effectively as if they were banished. The ritual needs certain components to produce the talisman that will draw the demons, then a rite to empower and activate it. Then blood and battle such as this world has never seen. Any survivors among the demon lords will be sorely weakened and should be fair easier to destroy.
Where's this spell?
All I need are the necessary ingredients, and I can create it for you. And ideally, a look at Grom's grimoires from his sanctum. And as he says that part, and he's watching all of you, a thin smile curls from one corner of his mouth.
Insight check.
Okay.
She sucks at these, but she does them all the time.
Oh, here, dear. Let me give you some inspiration. There you go.
Is it D8 now? D10? What do you
D10.
got?
D10.
Thank you.
Mm.
Not finder. Go away. Still terrible.
So an 11 total.
Yeah.
So essentially what you get from him is he's like really excited to have you guys here. That is definitely a smile of excitement that he has help.
What are the ingredients, sir?
So the items that I would need. There's a lot of them that might help, but we don't need all of them. I think maybe 5 out of 7 of these items would be enough to make this, including Gromp Banier's grimoire is one of the most essential items that I need out of this. But as the list as follows, and he pulls out another list. It says, the intact and unhatched egg of a purple worm for channeling great physical power.
Okay. So we're back at the wormling nest.
The central eye of a beholder to break down magical resistance and overcome magical forces.
They'll have one of those.
6 feathers from 6 different angels. The authority of the celestial realms and a force to enrage fiendish creatures.
Okay.
The heart of a Garistro to reach and influence the hearts of other demons. "13 mushrooms known as Timasks, also known as the Devil's Mushroom. But not just any. They must be sprouted from the footprints of a Baylor.
Those are pretty common really back where I come from. He smiles.
A few drops of blood or the ichor from a demon lord to connect with the demons the ritual will call. This, including the notes from Gromf Banier's grimoires, will help me create a unique talisman known as the Dark Heart."
Is that ringing any bells?
Give me a history check.
Writing this thing down.
I'm going to let you know, you guys can do a history check on this, but the DC is like stupendously high.
Oh, let's go.
Is it what, a history test? A history check?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're doing a history test today.
Yeah, I know.
I hope you studied.
So that's an 18.
Let's see.
I'm assuming ridiculously high, like 28 up.
I got 11. I ain't got shit. I didn't study for the test.
Okay, so wait, I'm gonna do something right now. I I tried to roll a deception to deceive you into believing I passed, but I only rolled a 12, so that's not
That
happening.
didn't work. Yeah, that to deceive the DM that you passed your check, it's actually a DC 60. So
Oh,
sorry.
come on. That should at least be a nat 20.
So, yeah, you guys
Let me
have
try
no
with
idea what he's
persuasion.
talking about.
Cool. So we could go your route and collect a whole bunch of shit. Go my route, where I just go start slaughtering demons, sending them back to where they and slowly work my way where this asshole opened that pit, kill him, then take it, and then figure out with Helena how to. And I would have saved myself 10 days, 12 days instead of coming here. I need a whole shit that you can wings of an ink, 6 different ones. Have that shit on stock.
Oh, but that's half of the thing.
You
I
should
have
have it in
done,
your.
like I've told you
should have it in
before,
your.
I have done all of the legwork for this project. I know where all of these items can be obtained. All you need to do is go get them for me. And I'll do all the hard work.
I think you mean to say get them for us.
Yes, for us. Of course. Thank you.
Hmm.
Helena,
Yeah,
you smell fish.
I do. It's strange.
It's not me.
um,
I told you if I came here and
yeah.
fucked around with me, I'd take your head. And it sounds like you created all this legwork, just gone and gotten so fucking strong and so fucking powerful, gone and gotten these items. Tells me that one, can't go get two, not sure the spell that you have is going. Three, that you're playing me for a fool. And while I may be a fool, I'm
I
not
would
gonna
give
let.
a drow my wings if I was an angel. He has
Would
a point.
you do you think that I would send you out into the Underdark to do these tasks for us, for the betterment of the Underdark, unequipped? What kind of fool do you take me for?
So far, you've only spouted a bunch of nonsense. Hasn't told.
Well, since I've been home, I've been hard at work. I've actually been making gifts explicitly for all of you.
Me too?
Well, I mean, it was for Lithius, but I mean,
Oh,
snooze you lose,
well,
I guess. I guess you're gonna get his gift.
I'll take secondsies.
So essentially, he goes into a side closet in his study and pulls out 6 dark cloaks that seem to be, at a closer examination, made out of spider silk. Hands these each to you and says, "These are what's known as puafwi, or as you, or as the surface players know, as a cloak of elvenkind."
I cast Identify and specifically look for any sort of like tracking stuff that he may have added to it or anything suspicious.
Okay, so yeah, you cast Identify, and what comes up is these are identical to cloaks of elvenkind. They just seem to be drow make. Um, you can tell that these are somehow they get their energy from being away from the sunlight. So you know that if you were to take these up to the surface, they would most likely disintegrate. But other than that, there's no tracking devices on them.
Okay. They seem okay.
And I
So-
also give you a couple of these. He gives you essentially they're like onyx armbands. These are all imbued with a one-time casting of protection from fiends. This should keep you safe if you come across anything that might prove too difficult. As well, as long as it is some sort of fiend, of course.
So
Identify that also.
As well as all of these items, I will, as long as we stay on good terms, Araj is a safe haven for you in the Underdark.
let me question. You got to tell
Who's asking this, Krez?
Yeah.
He says, I mean, what information is that of your? What importance is that to you?
So
Give me an insight check.
$5 says it's,
5.
or sorry, 5 gold says it's behind the door downstairs that's locked.
So it was 5. It's not whether it's a matter of. They recently came across somebody that I don't like that seems to be able to cast spell. And if this is supposed to be a safe haven for us, why the hell would I walk 30 days away, go collect these, and then walk 30 days back? For every day that we traveling to get one of these, the demon upper closer to get. Yeah, having the ability to teleport back here, next objective, and still store the items that we gathered, be a nice thing. So if you have this like thing where you want us to trust you, you're gonna like secret it, I'll take your head. I'll have the mage thing that no else figure out until we're all somewhere here. Fortress is impenetrable, and we'll just without you. Or you can stop being shit right now. Tell us if you have a teleportation to have easy access.
As you say that, he smiles and says, "Well, Krez, I'm sorry to do you this, to be so unkind to you. I never meant to withhold any information. All I want to do is help. Yes, I do have a teleportation circle.
Oh, glad we can get to you. Now, I don't care to look at the teleportation because it's but snags.
Yes,
Like to look at the circle.
indeed I would.
Talk
Well,
to this man.
unfortunately, that is off the table.
Off the table. Cool. So you want us to just
Oh.
constantly walk back and forth. Great.
Well, you have to see things from my side, friend. If I give the coordinates out to my teleportation circle and they were to end up in the wrong hands, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm not saying anything other than thinking of a contingency. If someone were to have the information to enter my tower from inside, my protections in place or not, would still be a complete breach of security here.
So
And I cannot let that happen.
let me ask you this question. Let's say that we go out and we start collecting these items and we fail. And demons just take over the Underdark and the Serpent world. You get to live in your nice little fortress for the rest of eternity, surrounded by demons, with no way to go get these.
On a side note, does Snags have any local areas close to this?
So actually, fuck, I
He
can't
probably
remember.
has one at his home, and his
Yeah.
home's not that far from here.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to remember what it was called. The Shaded Breach.
The Shaded Breach, yep.
The main point of I want us to go collect items back here. Some of the demons currently weaken them back to their realm and
Send
have
them here? Oh, God, no.
you not say you were gonna summon them in front of the tower so we can them? Are you changing your story now?
Well, that is the genius of my plan. I think you misunderstood me just a little bit, or maybe I'm explaining something wrong. Let me just clarify this for you.
Okay.
I don't plan to summon them at my home. No, that would be foolish.
Okay.
What I plan is to have these demons summoned in the heart of Menzoberranzan.
Indeed. Someone's been following along.
Okay, so cool. So again, I go back to the collect these items. That could be one day. From the legwork, you know. So you know travel time to and from, and you want, and then walk back. Correct.
He thinks.
I do
You
have a
know-
question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? What are the chances that are we sure that these demons will fight each other? Right? We summon
Oh.
them here to a certain location, to a certain location, and let's say they, I don't know, partner up for a short period of time. Right? We will be outnumbered.
Oh,
They're
the
already
pride of the
outnumbered.
demon lords is so great that would never happen.
And
I
yet,
wouldn't count on that still.
There is no there is no depiction in history of any of the demon lords ever working together as a team.
even
It
if
might
they're
be a
married,
drow.
What? He looks
I
at you
said,
kind of confused and says, "What?"
even
Remind
if
me
they're
of
married,
I don't. What do you mean married?
there's a
Demons
wedding
married.
going on right now.
Uh, and he kind of goes back through his notes. Oh yes, Sugetmoy. Aramikos is not a demon per se.
Go back to
But I do agree with your statement there, Krez. To send you on all of these errands, per se, to have you walking back to meet with me, kind of counterproductive.
you got a
Now,
solution
what?
problem that I have.
See, as I cannot teleport you to these locations, I could be persuaded to let a particular goblin have my. And he kind of sighs and rolls his eyes. My teleportation circle coordinates, only to be used to return safely and exponentially, as you understand.
Bard's honor. I'll tell no one. Not a soul.
And look, give you more insurance. I already told Goblin. If he starts to run his mouth, I'll take his.
Deal. And he shakes your hand.
I don't need to know the location. No one else. Eventually, we're gonna back, but that's besides the. Handle it with the
Direction,
goblin.
please. I'll go and check it out for myself.
So he gets into your ear, like leans down, and he whispers to you where it is, and I will just
Oh,
message
that
that to you in a
tickles.
bit.
It tickles. Stop.
Now,
Stop squirming. I'm trying to tell you where this is.
Your hair's tickling my ears.
You smell so horrible.
No, I don't. I use prestidigitation every morning.
that's not
At least twice.
so
So
cool.
he goes back to sit to his desk, and Vizarin pulls out a small, what looks like ivory made pipe from his desk, takes a couple puffs. He like essentially stuffs an entire mushroom that you guys were eating in there and starts smoking it.
So let's break this down smart way. As smart as I am. Helena, you might agree. What is furthest location from us currently that we need to get one of these items?
Mhm.
Do you want to hit the farthest one first and then hit the rest of on the way back?
That would be the idea, and if we run into trouble on the way back, we
We
drop
still
off
have
what
the
we
map.
have. Like, I'm thinking as logically in here, being as dumb as I am, but like if we went something that was close and back, still have the longer part later. But if we do the longer part first and then work our way back from there, it would accomplish the faster.
So you want to go the long way and then work our way back?
And is that a bad idea? Chris generally looks confused, thinking that like he's being smart at the moment and might be not understanding that he's.
My guess is that if we didn't have teleportation circle, That would probably be faster or the same.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could teleport back here, but let's say Object 7, Object 6 are within a couple days travel from each other. We go to Object 7 for backtrack to Objects, and then come back. We accept that out. Two birds, one stone, and not have to do travel to Object 7, come back, travel to Object 6, back. We can jump to points and get from point A to point B faster than point A. Am I wrong?
Snags is a social smoker, so when he breaks that out, he automatically, without even thinking, breaks out his and starts smoking as he's listening to Krez. Mm-hmm.
Breaking out their bongs.
He's
Well,
pipes, but
he did, I recall, say not all of them were necessary. So
That is true, young goblin.
let's pick the quickest, the easiest, and follow your plan with that thrown in, if I may be so bold, as the new little goblin in town.
I look to Helena. That makes sense.
I don't think so.
No, I'm still here.
So Vizerin, he is already rolling out a map, kind of similar to the one that you guys got from Graven Hollow. And he says, so by what I've pinpointed, obviously you're going to be able to find an unhatched purple worm egg here in the worm writhings.
Yeah, we've already slaughtered a
And-
couple of them.
And as I understand, there is, by legends told to me, an old beholder living in a place in the worm near the worm writhings known as the Vast Oblivium. It is a home of his own that he's created.
You needed an eye from the beholder?
The Central Eye.
Oh, I have a stock.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of still lucky. I heard there's another beholder out there, a ways away in a place called Mantle Dareth.
Nope,
Uh,
nope, nope, nope. I've killed and eaten part of that.
Well, I mean, good thing that you did that because he was known as Zazaz the Eye Monger. Was rumored to be grafting eyes from other beholders on himself. He was known as a beholder killer. How did he make himself into Mantle Dareth, though? That's kind of strange.
If it killed other beholders, why did you kill it? Sounds like
Because
a
it tried to-
spider that eats spiders.
Tried to mouth rape me. Fuck.
Oh, that's disgusting. Tell me all about it.
I'll recount in detail what happened.
I've even
Don't
heard
count
that.
them all where it happened.
I've
He's
even
writing
heard
it
in this
down.
day and age that this particular beholder has taken on an apprentice. He's reading his notes as he's telling you this. Yeah, it says here he's got a deep gnome servant named Peebles. By my understanding here, he's got an operation of trying to lead people away from.
I pull up
Lead
the
people
stock that
away
I have
to-
and
Oh well, it's good that he's dead.
You just carry
And,
that around with you then?
I was planning on eating.
Yeah, at this point, it's like getting dry, and the eye is like almost gone.
Trying to turn it into.
And as he sees that, he also kind of tries to ignore the fact that he just saw a beholder stock get pulled out of a backpack. The angel feathers and the heart of the Garistro. I've heard that Garistro have been making nest somewhere in a place known as the Labyrinth. It is to the far south.
Not where we met that like Latinus Babagool.
And as for and he says it very loudly and looks at Krez, angel feathers are not as hard as you would think to find. Rumors of long ago, a place in the labyrinth known as the Gallery of Angels, where 6 angels came to rest and never left. It's rumored today that they're still there in constant stasis and punishment.
Punishment
like a
for what?
No one knows.
Sounds like a depressing place. Let's go.
And as you should probably be able to understand, the grimoire of Gromfbenir still lies in Menzoberranzan, so you'll have to go there at some point too. Oh God, that's so loud.
I hate to have to drop out here. Trying to sleep.
Been up here.
I have been up since 3:30 this morning, so I am about to fall asleep as well.
Yeah, it's probably a good time
gotta-
to
Can
cut out.
you put in the chat the items that we need to, like, just like copy pasta, the information about the items and stuff?
Does the Pope's hat weigh his head down?
I don't, probably a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, then essentially. What the fuck? What the?
I don't know, man.
No,
They
I'm
got that-
laughing at the. I'm laughing at the Dr. Evil gif that was just posted.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have it all posted in Abyss chat of the items that you were asked to grab,
Awesome, thank you.
and I'll even take the time to write out where each of these items he can tell you to get, other than the ones he obviously can't pinpoint.
Have a good
Yeah.
night.
Since we're coming to an end of this session here, I was gonna do
Sorry,
another
you
rest,
hate
and
my
I was gonna fold
goblin.
up an origami dog for Lithius and Cogsworth. There, it's gonna look like Cogsworth.
I'm sorry you hate my goblin, Krez.
I don't.